Good evening, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch along between Bayern Munich and VFB Stuttgart in the Pokal German Cup final, guys. Welcome aboard, guys. Absolutely great to have you here. Please, before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to, you know what, drop a comment, all that jazz. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your support, guys, which should be a very, very good game, guys. A very good game between two very good teams, in my opinion. Stuttgart are a very attack-minded team, as are Bayern Munich. Look, I'm looking forward to seeing Stuttgart. We all know what Bayern Munich can do. I know that Bayern Munich are the Bundesliga champions, and I know that they are, you know, they're an unstoppable force. But it's very interesting to see Stuttgart today, how Stuttgart handle themselves. Not least with the players that we are looking for. We are scouting today because we are doing our little bit of scouting mission, guys, as well. That's partly why we're here as well. We got the scouting mission, not only to see a good game of two very, very good traditional German clubs, but also to do a little bit of scouting mission, guys. I think that is very, very important as well going forward, of course, guys. The lineups have been announced, guys. I'm just going to go through the lineups real quickly for you guys, if you don't mind me going through the lineups and stuff like that. Now, let me get my graphic up. Here we go. So basically, the lineups are as followed. In regards to Bayern Munich, Bayern München is the team. That's the team. Surprisingly, Urbig is in goal for Bayern Munich today, guys. We've got Stanisic, Upamecano, Tar and Lima as the back four. No surprise there. Kimmich and Pavlovic in the midfield today, alongside Olise, Musiala, Luis Diaz, and Harry Kane up front, guys. That's a very, very potent, very, very strong Bayern Munich lineup, guys. Today, of course, the final got a chance to win the double Bayern Munich, of course, guys. So very, very serious for them, isn't it? They got a chance to win a double. Harry Kane winning another trophy, of course. Here's the teams for Stuttgart. We've got Nubel, Heinrichs, Chabot, Jacquet. We've got Loeng. Now, guys, this is where it gets interesting. Andres and Stiller in the midfield of Stuttgart. Those are two players that many of the community have been looking at and thinking, yeah, those two players are two players that could sign for Man United. In particular, obviously, Angelo Stiller, but Andres as well. There's a few of us have been speaking about Andres as well as a very, very talented future player as well. Mittelstadt is on the left. We got Undov and Frölich and Dimirovic up front, guys. That's the lineups for the teams. In regards to the substitutions, guys, let me just run through the Bayern Munich substitution. Kim Min-jae, defender. Leon Goretzka, midfielder. Nicholas Jackson, striker. Tom Bischoff, midfielder. Hiroki Ito, defender. Rafael Guerrero, defender. Sven Ulrich is a goalkeeper, of course. Bara Sapolko Indai is a midfielder. Leonard Karl is a midfielder. As for Stuttgart, we got Fabian Bredlow, the goalkeeper. Joshua Wagnoman, defender. Thiago Thomas is a striker. Bilal El Kounis. Now, guys, Bilal El Kounis is another one I want us to look out for. He's on the bench today, unfortunately. A midfielder as well. Obviously, they can't play all of them, but he's another talented player that we need to look at as well. We got Atakan Karazor, the midfielder. Lorenz Assignon, the defender. Badruddin Buwani Nani, guys, midfielder, and Nicholas Nati and Finn Jeltz. Nicholas Nati is a midfielder. Finn Jeltz is a defender. That is the lineup today, guys. I hope you're all feeling good, guys. Welcome aboard. Welcome back to Stretford Post. I hope everyone's good. Guys, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, put your notifications on. That'd be fantastic if you guys can do that for me. Welcome to the stream, of course, guys. Welcome everyone to Stretford Post, of course, guys. Really good to see you all in the house, of course, guys. Welcome for this German Cup final, guys. For this German Cup final, of course, guys. The DFB German Cup final, Pokal German Cup final. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. I hope everyone is doing well today, guys. I hope everyone is doing blessed. Big up Ephraim. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Big up Greg. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Congratulations to Hull City. Yeah, Hull City. I mean, who would have thought a week ago that Hull City will be getting to the Premier League? What would be the odds in that? Almost zero, wouldn't it? Well, it would have been zero you know, unbelievable for them to go, you know, to be in that final. Absolutely unbelievable. However, look, you know, Middlesbrough, I mean, obviously they went in through the back door. Hull City generally deserved it. They were 7 points ahead. I think were they? Oh, they're actually 7 points ahead of Middlesbrough, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, look, congratulations to them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bayern are all about trophies. They just serial win trophies every single season. Greg, this is how big teams do it, and this is what I was talking about, and how I've been banging the drum about mediocrity for the last few days. It's about this, it's about trophies. We're not going to be going out there and winning trophies with the kind of signings that we're going to be doing this summer. You know, i.e., guys, Edison, who I don't think is very good. And guys, look, by purpose, I would write like a tweet, right? And I'll say, I'll write down a list of names like midfielders and stuff like that. And I'll tell my followers to say, right, pick 3 of those players to play in my field. I am shocked by how many of those people pick Baleba. Are they being paid, guys? Are they being paid? Are those Baleba lover boys and girls being paid? I don't know, guys, but it is very, very weird. Pavlovic and Stilovic, add Andres as that as well. Andres is brilliant, guys, would say that. And let's not forget Andres. Guys, that guy's going to be a superstar. Big up, Rajat. Hope you're doing well. Big up, guys. I find it funny, you know, I mean, the first time I mentioned Angelo Stiller was like a year and a half ago. And people were like, who? It's amazing how things materialize, isn't it? You know, and then now people are like, oh, Stiller, I'm on Stiller, I'm watching Stiller, I'm doing Stiller. Everyone, all the other streams are Stiller. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, well, some of us have actually worked in football, do you know what I mean, for a very long time. But yeah, look, this Baleba obsession is ridiculous. It is. People are putting Baleba ahead of guys. I purposely put some names there, and just to test people, I will put names like, you know, really, really good players, and I'll put Baleba over them. And I'm trying to think, is this some kind of cult going on or something like that? Absolutely. Big up, Charlie. Sounds like Baleba deal is off. I mean, look, guys, Baleba or Anderson. Baleba or Edison, should I say? Baleba or Edison. You know, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't know. Guys, I think Edison is awful, man. I think he's going to be a dreadful signing. And, you know, I actually think it's worse than Baleba. I've been thinking about it. This guy can't get in the Brazil squad, a very, very poor Brazil squad. You know, this guy nobody else wants. This guy is basically, you know, being pushed out the door by Atalanta, really, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Really being pushed out the door by Atalanta. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're in at. Greg, Baleba is close to garbage in comparison to many of the other available fielders this summer. This including those 2 who would cost much less money. Yeah, look, I don't understand it, Gregory. But when I look at my Twitter and I look at the way that I've composed this tweet, and you know, just to test people, just to see what they pick. I'm shocked. It's like a little bit of an experiment for me. I was shocked how many picked Baleba in the 3 midfielders that they would sign. So I had tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 1, pick 1 from tier 1, 1 from tier 2, and 1 from tier 3. Baleba was in tier 3, right? And in tier 3, there was about 8 or 10 pretty handy players. One of them plays for Atletico Madrid, Barrios. Another one plays for Atletico, Urigiza, Yavi Guerra, you know, Lamine Camara, all these, and they still picked Baleba. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Pavlo wants to leave, won't leave. No, he won't leave. No. If we sign Edison and Fernandez, the first signing has to be superb. The third signing, you mean, has to be superb. Big up Ephraim. If we sign Edison, I will be disappointed. Fernandez, I'll be excited because I like Fernandez. I think he's very, very talented. I'll be excited about Fernandez. I won't be excited by Edison. I will actually be, and guys, this is way out there. I will actually be more excited if we sign Baleba than Edison. That's why I'm going with it. At least you can argue with Baleba that Baleba is like much younger, has a higher ceiling and stuff. When you look at Edison is like 27, you know, and I would say that past his peak, in my opinion. Definitely, I would say that he's past his peak. And yeah, what can I say, guys? But it is what it is. Absolutely, it is what it is. What can we do, guys, other than just cross our fingers and we don't make the mistake? Do you know what I mean? Kenny, Might as well bring back Amrabat. You know what I mean? Amrabat was better than bloody Edison. Guys, I'm telling you right now, Kenny mentions Amrabat. You know, I'm telling you, not even jokes aside, banter aside, I'm saying that Amrabat's better than Edison, man. Honestly, I'm telling you guys. I'm saying that, what's his name? Sabitza's better than Edison. I'm saying this, guys. Do you know what I mean? That what we got to realize is this: like, a lot of people get excited by shiny new toys, but they don't really evaluate the actual option. And why do, guys? I asked people the question, and nobody could answer my 3 questions. The 3 questions were: why does nobody want him? Why is he not in the Brazil squad, one of the poorest Brazil squads in history? And why are Atalanta trying to push him out the door when it's going to cost a fortune to replace him? Those are 3 questions. Now, I've had all different lies, analysis, and this and that. Actually, people getting very, very defensive about it. People getting very defensive about it. Guys, we're ready for this game. VFB Stuttgart, Bayern München in the German Pokal Cup final, guys. DFB Pokal Cup final. Really excited to see this game, guys. Really excited to see some of those players, guys. Also, Demirovic up front, Andres and Stiller. Of course, Pavlovic. It's always good to see Pavlovic. Pavlovic was linked to Man United during a few months ago. However, I don't think that's materialized. Fantastic player who is as well, guys. Very, very good scouting from them. Will play Cunha as a CM. I probably would Cunha. I probably would play Cunha Raja as a CM if we had nobody else. However, it does look like. Oh, by the way, guys. By the way, congratulations to Bruno Fernandes, the player of the season, man. The player of the season. Congratulations. He's got it. He's done it. Now, can we move on and win trophies, guys? There you go. That's what I would say about that. He's done it all. Best player in the Premier League this season. At least we could celebrate one thing, eh? At least we won something. He's the Premier League player of the season. Brilliant. Fantastic. You know what? He's going to be staying next season, isn't he? He'll stay next season. And yeah, look. I don't think Cunha's a left winger. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's a natural left winger. I think Man United do need a left winger in there, definitely. Now, there's all sorts of talk about certain players on the left that Man United might get. The Kane Yildiz has been spoken about as well. Guys, I'm hearing about Barcola has been spoken about. Again, another player, attacking players, you know what I mean? Big up Thomas. What they don't understand that we need to replace Casemiro's experience. Tchouaméni was the player who replaced Casemiro. You know what, Thomas? Yeah, Casemiro. Obviously, Tchouaméni replaced Casemiro at Real Madrid. Will Tchouaméni replace Casemiro at Man United? Is it a match made in heaven? Is it written in the stars? That would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it, guys? If we got Tchouaméni, there's only a couple of players, Thomas, that I would say could replace Casemiro, and that is Anderson, Tchouaméni, basically, probably Tonali as well, possibly. But when we're looking at Casemiro, guys, I'm surprised he's not up there. I think he's been better than Declan Rice this season. I think he's been phenomenal this season. He's got so many important goals as well. So, yeah, look, you know what? It's going to be an interesting one in it this summer, what they do and how they replace him. Absolutely. Edison looks like if Edison is a Fred signing. Absolutely, Ephraim. Edison is Fred reincarnated. I'm sorry, but he is. In fact, Fred's better. When we signed Fred was more highly rated, in my opinion. Fred was smashing it in Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League and things like that. Do you know what I mean? There we go, guys. He said it there, Ephraim. He said it absolutely correct as well. Like, you know, we're going to sign Fred 2.0 and everyone's happy about that. Why don't we just go and get Fred back? It's ridiculous. You know, and people are trying to defend it. It's just bonkers. You know what I mean? Apart from Tonali, not many Serie A transfers have been hitting, plus Italian players tend not to leave Italy. I don't know. Not many have left recently to come to England. That's the thing, you know. But you know, there are many players that have come from Italy that have done well. You know, just a couple play for Man City right now, and you know, Calafiori came from Italy. He's doing quite well at Arsenal, isn't he? You know, who else has gone to Arsenal from Italy? There's a couple more as well. It's just that you don't paint everyone with the same brush. Tonali was obviously a good player, but I know which players for them to sign. In regards to Edison, I know that he's not the right player to sign because there's so many red flags. Like if Man United were linked to, let me have Francesco Pia, yeah? Francesco Pia plays for Inter Milan, right? He's a young player, Italian international. I would say that guy, right? I would say, yeah, he's good. He's got a ceiling, this and that. But there is reasons behind the madness. If Pia was available for a transfer right now, okay? Loads of teams will be after him, okay? Loads of teams everywhere, all around the world will be after him. where are the interests in Edison? And that's what I'm saying. And then people are trying to use excuses. I mean, they are so creative with their excuses. Goodness me. So creative with the excuses they're making. So why would anyone be defensive about Anderson's questions unless they are club employees? Sometimes I do believe, Greg, that there are bots on Twitter and Instagram that respond. You know, I do believe there's belabor bots. I think there's belabor bots. There's BBs, belabor bots, absolutely. And now there's Edison bots. I think that they pay people to defend their transfer policies. I think this is not in the realms of impossibility. These things happen all the time to make themselves look good online, to make it look like it's a popular transfer and things like that. Do you know what I mean? When they know full well it isn't a popular transfer. Do you know what I mean? You know, Noah, what's going on, my bro? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. And Mandem, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Edison is a Fred-type signing, paying over 10 million, let alone 20 million for him is daylight robbery from Atalanta again. Won't these guys learn with the Mount signing? They won't learn from the Rasmus signing, the Ahmad signing from Atalanta. And people started crying earlier because I said that, you know, a couple of more players who've left Atalanta over the years, including Lookman, have not performed to the levels, and Atletico Madrid will tell you that. Kickoff in this game, guys. Stuttgart against Bayern Munich. We're underway, guys. Get your predictions in. Let me know what you think about the game, guys. Yeah, the final, guys. It should be a winner today, of course. Absolutely. How realistic is Harry Kane getting done this year to Man U? Not really. No, not really. I like him. I think it's a little bit late though. I think Man United is a little bit late for Harry Kane. I think the money that he would require and the FFP and PSR problems that he will create will be astronomical, in my opinion. And I like him. I think, like, you know what? If Alex Ferguson was the manager, Harry Kane would have been playing for Man United already. This is the thing, I believe. Anyway, he's exactly the type of signing that Alex Ferguson would say. Anyway, it's a corner straight away, guys, for VFB Stuttgart, guys. Already started pretty well, Stuttgart, of course, guys. Mittelstadt was going to take the corner. We got the ref watch on today. Mittelstadt takes the corner. He comes in. Oh, it's straight at the goalkeeper. It's a free header as well, guys. It was a free header as well. My goodness me. It went straight at the goalkeeper, though. Undav with the header. It went straight at the goalkeeper, guys. I mean, goodness me. Of course, this is Berlin, home of the World Cup final 2006, of course. Greg, United won't acquire more than one player for Newcastle. I would rather have Lewis Hall at United instead of Tonali. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, no. I wouldn't. Tonali's a very good player. Tonali's a very good player. Lewis Hall's unproven. I would rather have Tonali in the midfield than have Lewis Hall as a left back. I like Dorgu. Dorgu's better than Lewis Hall. I wouldn't. I have Tonali. We need more midfielders, the better. I would much rather have Tonali in the Champions League than Lewis Hall in the Champions League. You know, absolutely. No. No. No way, Gregory. Absolutely not. What if he is unearthed a gem? Edison, nah, bro, I'm just kidding. I know, man. Unearthed a gem, man. He's been around for about 10 years, isn't he? You know, Marcus. Good day, Sal. Good day, my bro. How you doing? Good to see y'all in the chat again. Good to see everyone in the chat. Big up, Marcus. Hope you're doing well, guys. Welcome to the stream. Bayern Munich nil, Stuttgart nil at the moment. Guys, in the final, the German Cup final, let's call it. Composed Smurf, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. We can only get one player out of Newcastle, and the fans will flip out. We should take their future captain, Lewis Hall. Nah, I don't know. We should take both of them, Tonali and Hall. Why not? Absolutely. Bayern 2-1, I guess. Yeah, I mean, can Stuttgart spring a surprise? Spot on, Sal. Big up, man. This is what I've been saying for quite a while now. Most of these links are as if they've been forcing them on us, and they're glazing that they do try to bamboozle us to want them. And not only Man United aggregators, not only Man United Twitter accounts. I'm looking at West Ham Twitter accounts. I'm looking at, you know, other clubs trying to force belabor and Edison on Man United. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, guys, I want Bourne yesterday. I want Bourne yesterday because I actually study it, and then I look at their Twitter page or something like that, and then I'm like, hold on, that's a little bit odd. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm looking at it and I'm, guys, it's not in the realms of impossibility. Do you know what I mean? It's not in the realms. Tonali, for me, in regards to Tonali is in that top tier 1 players from Man United sign, being an absolute phenomenal sign. Here come Stuttgart, guys. Shot. Way, way over the bar there. Way, way, way over the bar from our good friend Angelo Stiller, Greg. It went way over the bar there. Yeah, didn't connect well to that one. Thomas, it seems like United is trying to do the Moneyball crap from the movie. United's downfall is not a coincidence, it's by design. Moneyball's a great movie, by the way. Do you think they're trying what? You think so? Basically, you're trying to say that you think they're trying to destroy Man United from within, destroy Man United Football Club. Compose Smurf, Tonali is a good player and trustworthy person. He's not untrustworthy. I know his agent. He's a very good person, good family man. Compose Smurf. I know his agent. I know a couple of his family members, mate. Nice guy. You know who's untrustworthy, and I can tell you a lot of them who's untrustworthy. Edison is untrustworthy. That's it. What makes Tonali untrustworthy? I don't get that. Speculation, Compose Smurf. So why did we not go for Angelo Stiller? It's crazy. We still can, technically, we still can. He's still there, We'll go for Lewis Hall and Livramento. Raja, overrated, mate. Sorry, but they're overrated. I like Lewis Hall, but his price and everything's overrated, mate. How Newcastle done this season? No, I mean, and I will say that about all the Newcastle players, to be fair, even Tonali, at the end of the day. The price that they're going to require for those players is going to be astronomical, especially Lewis Hall. The Glazers are destroying the club from within because they only care about money and not trophies. Yeah, but welcome to Man United. That's been going on for 20 years, my guy. Absolutely. It may be referencing betting scandal. No one knows everything about it. No one knows everything about it. Doesn't mean he's a bad person. Absolutely not. Guys, I push through and move less of the attitude. It's not good. That's not an attitude problem, though, is it? It's not an attitude. So we could say that Cantona kicked a fan in the mouth. Does that mean he's got an attitude, Compose Smurf? He's a good player. Very good player, and I like him at Man United. For the last 2 seasons, he's played incredibly well, in my opinion. He hasn't had any problems, has he? Since he's been at Newcastle, has he had any problems? I've heard nothing in regards to that, And calling someone an absolute tit. What, you jealous of him because he's better looking than you, Compose Smurf? What's that? What's that kind of thing? He's not a tit. He gambled. Someone gambled. It wasn't even proven. Otherwise, he would have been thrown out of the country. It weren't proven. He's innocent. Do you know what I mean? Come on, Compose Smurf. You could do better than that. Let's not go there. Kenny. Tuffert from Bournemouth's a good back. Yeah, good option. I think he's actually playing very well, Tuffert, Kenny. Good to say, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? I think he's actually playing very well. I think he's one of the standout players this season. I mean, I've been shocked by Thomas Tuchel's selection in the World Cup. I really have. Lewis Hall, you don't fancy Lewis Hall, though, did he? What about CR7 hitting that young Everton fan's phone after the game? Doesn't mean Cristiano. Exactly that, Rajat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What about, we could talk about all day long about Cantona, Kane, Giggs. We can talk about how Giggs is a bad person, right? Giggs slept with his brother's missus. Are we going to talk about that? How he's a bad person? No, we don't give a damn, do we? Because he's a legend. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys. And that, anyway, the thing, I've been to Italy. I'm close to Italy. I'm not like the other channels who are not close to anyone. Just guess. I am close to Italian football. And, he's light. And he's no problem, man. Anyway, here come Stuttgart are playing very well in this game so far. I've seen a lot of attack. This is a chance. And it goes straight. It bounces straight to the goalkeeper there. Very, very good start from Stuttgart here, guys. I like Stuttgart playing a high line pressing team. Yeah, they're playing pressing. This is what I'm saying. I'm really impressed. And guys, I would like you to look at the midfield of Andres and Stiller. Do you know what I mean? Andres and Stiller. That's what I would like you to look at, in my opinion. Two very, very capable players. Both of them very capable. And guys, in my opinion, very, very capable players. Guys, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everyone, for 14,100. Guys, we've had over 100 subscribers over this last 48 hours or so. So it's great. Let's keep it moving. Let's get more subscribers. Let's see if we can move up to 15,000 Then we get to 20,000. Ultimately, the 100,000 is the aim, guys. We're going to be moving all up, of course, guys. Let's not forget, I've only been around a year, and this community's only been around a year. Here's Stuttgart again, playing so well, guys, here. Another chance, side netting. He should have crossed it there. He should have crossed it there. It was a side netting there. Goodness me, he had an opportunity. He definitely had an opportunity there. It was Furich with the chance there. It was not. No, it was the number 7. Sorry, it was the number 7, Mittelstedt, with the chance. Another decent player is Mittelstedt, by the way. I watched him in the semi-final against Freiburg. Of course, they knocked out Freiburg. Of course, Kenny. Who's that Stuttgart manager? He was linked with Liverpool job recently. Yeah, he's a young lad. I rate him as well. I rate him very, very, very highly. His name is Hones. Sebastian, I think Sebastian Hones. He's a 44-year-old. He's young. I like him as a manager. I really do. I think he's really good. People are comparing him to, like, as they will, of course, German and that. They're comparing him to Jurgen Klopp at the moment. He comes from, the thing is with him, he has a relationship with Revel. Believe it or not, he has a relationship with Revel, and he's been at Bayern Munich. He was at Bayern Munich as a manager of the second team, Bayern Munich 2, and he was the manager of them. He's also been at Hoffenheim and Hoffenheim 2. So he's during that Hoffenheim period, he got to know Revel, and that's where that relation came from. He's also played for Hertha BSC, Hoffenheim as well. Yeah, so he's been around. Jose Mourinho is in the stadium today, guys. Jose Mourinho is in Berlin today, by the way, guys. He's there watching the game. I mean, you see Jose Mourinho everywhere. He's like Joe Hendry, you mention his name, he appears. Absolutely. Gregory. Anderson and Stiller plus one more midfielder would be an ideal. It'd be lovely with Summer, Greg. If we got those two players through the door, I would be delighted, Gregory. Absolutely buzzing, mate. I'd be absolutely buzzing. I'd be amazed. Stiller is amazing, Thomas. An absolutely incredible player and really, really good player. Yeah, Sebastian Hones. Good manager, 44 years old. Absolutely. Don't care about Stiller isn't portrayed as a good physically to play him the ball. He think he was great if he joins as an 8. He'd be great either way, mate. This physicality thing's a lie. You know why it's a lie? Let me tell you why it's a lie, and you'll see it today. And you'll see him dominate that midfield, right? Against Bayern Munich, one of the best teams in the world, right? It's a lie because there's Baleba and Edison. Well, there's definitely Baleba fanboys, and basically, if we sign Stiller, it adds more weight onto the narrative that we won't sign Baleba because we would have already signed Angelo Stiller, who plays in a similar position than Baleba. So there's going to be a lot of slander out there for Angelo Stiller. Angelo Stiller is incredible. Angelo Stiller is one of the best players up and coming in Europe at the moment in his position. He's an unbelievable player. And if anyone signs him, it would be incredible, guys. Whoever he goes to. Real Madrid want him. They're not worried about physicality, are they? Marino, is it Stiller to Madrid confirmed? Oh, no. You've said it now, JDC. Yeah, we're going to miss out on Stiller. I don't think we're going to sign him. Another one bites the dust. Shot. It's offside. Bayern Munich is offside here. Jacquet is on the floor. Yeah, look, we're going to miss out on Stiller. Yeah, I mean, if I was a betting man, as much as I like Stiller, as Gregory, I'm the same. It's Anderson and Stiller for me, but I don't think we're going to get Stiller now. It's gone awfully quiet in regards to Stiller, and it's disappointing because he's Real Madrid and he will be the Bruce going to be saying we should not in, and people will forget what this and what we're looking at getting him now and get it, and we're going to regret it like we do all bloody time, isn't it? Sebastian Hones, related to the great German Ubi Hones by any chance? Probably, but it is a very famous name. Apparently, Murillo had just extended his contract. Seems he was using us to get a new contract. Not interested in Murillo. He's too small for centre back. He's like a Timu Licha Martinez. Not interested, and definitely not for the price that they're trying to charge from. Definitely, yeah, definitely not for the price. Well, if Stiller leaves and he goes to Real Madrid, it's another one bites the dust, isn't it? It's another one out the window. It's another midfielder, good midfielder that we're not going to sign, but we're going after Ederson. Wow. You know what Ederson is? Ederson's an Everton signing. That's what Ederson's a Sunderland signing. Guys, people can hate all they want. They can cry all they want. They can bitch on my comments. They can do what they like. It doesn't change the fact that he is an Everton signing. He is a Sunderland signing. Nobody's going to go near him apart from Manchester United. And we're happy to pay the money from him. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Mourinho was classic back in the day. He absolutely was. Yes. Was far rate Ederson above Stiller. Yeah. XD. We far rate Ederson above Stiller XD. I don't get what that means. Stiller's far better than. I don't look at XGs and stuff like that. I look at eye test. I look at what if Stiller's transfer listed tomorrow. You'll have 20 clubs around Europe after Stiller. Ederson, nobody wants him. Here comes Elise. Oh, it's a long ball. It was too much. It was too heavy. Guys, yeah. I remember Tony Kroos. Who's your favourite footballer? I've got loads. It depends who you mean. By Man United favourite footballer or favourite footballer of all time? One of the most famous footballers I like, there's a few that I really rate that stick out in my mind. Obviously, non-Man United, I would say Zinedine Zidane and Rivaldo. Man United wise, Eric Cantona, can't go far with him. David Beckham, Paul Scholes, yeah, definitely. Brian Robson as well is one of my favorites. But yeah, look, Zidane and Rivaldo probably. I like Zidane. I thought Zidane was the only player. But other than that, if I was going to say something a little bit more out there, I would say Juninho of Middlesbrough. Those who know, I think he was a phenomenal player, Juninho. When he played for Middlesbrough, I really would have liked him at Man United. He signed for Middlesbrough or something like that for a weird reason. Del Piero, one of my favorite players. Ravanelli was a very good player as well. Edgar Davids at the time. Clarence Seedorf, one of the most underrated players in history of football. There's so many. Andreas Muller of Germany. All of these, Mourinho wants Hoyman of Sporting FC. Not sure he will be leaving. Hoyman's, yeah, he's at the wrong game then, isn't he? Timo Licha Martinez, Mourinho a bit overhyped. Yeah, Mourinho, yeah. Timo is not a good thing to say, Rajat. Timo Murillo means basically a Poundland Marino. And Poundland Licha Martinez. So basically, it's not a compliment. Dabizas. Or is there for Elise? Is he there for Elise? They're going to have to pay a lot of money for that one. We missed out on that one as well. A great shot there again. Great save from the keeper. Guys, Ubig with another great save. It's Mittelstadt again, guys, with the chance. He's really playing well for Stuttgart today, Mittelstadt. It's a corner for Stuttgart. Mittelstadt will be taking the corner, guys. They've been playing very well, Stuttgart. Very impressed, guys. Bayern hasn't turned up yet, in my opinion. Cross comes in, and it's gone way out. Marcus, Timo Licha Martinez, he looks like a box. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone from Nottingham Forest, the relegation fodders. He's a Brentford level guy. I mean, do you know Ederson? He wouldn't even get in the Brentford team, in my opinion. And looking at Brentford, I think it'd be difficult for him. Guys, be realistic, honestly. Honestly, be honest with yourself, right? Let's say, for argument's sake, Ederson signed for Brentford. He'll be on the bench, guys. He'll be on the bench at Chelsea. He'll be on the bench at Brentford. He'll be on the bench at Bournemouth. He would be on the bench. I'm not even lying. You think he gets in ahead of Alex Scott and all them like at Bournemouth? Yeah, right. JDC, FSR means for some reason. Yeah, I'm not in with the hip stuff, JDC. Cheers. I meant for some reason United rate Ederson above Stiller. They rate Ederson above everyone because he's cheap and cheerful and he's easy, JDC. I get what you mean. They rate him above everyone because he's cheap. So anyone who comes in right now, someone could say, right, Man United, we got Stiller. He can come to you. You want to sign Stiller? 60 million right now. Well, you can take him. They won't do it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't, They're just weird, at the end of the day. Stiller might become that next Tony Kroos at Real Madrid, who United could get signed, but didn't. And we nearly signed Tony Kroos, didn't we, Gregory? We nearly signed him. We didn't go for it. We nearly signed Gareth Bale. We didn't go for it. And the rest is history, isn't it? You snooze, you lose. You know, he who dares wins, as they say. You know, absolutely. By the way, guys, I watched a really good film today. I went to the cinema. I watched Obsession. Go and see it. It's amazing. It's really, really crazy. It's a really crazy film, by the way. It's called Obsession. Go and see it. It was crazy film, guys. Really good film. Obsession. Yeah, go and that's my Salzy Saturday night film advice. Here comes Bayern Munich though, guys. Is Elise. Elise's got it on. Chipped in the middle, Kimmich, and Kane couldn't quite reach it, guys. Yeah. Bayern Munich looked very sloppy today, guys. They looked very sloppy in their play. Definitely. Jay, good evening. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Sal, not only Stiller, but CM partner Shema Andres is one to watch. Yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning of the show, Jay. Both very good players. Very good midfield there. Much better than ours. Do you know what I mean? Right, especially at this current time. The Gelsman's in the crowd, guys, by the way. Yeah, there's a few German legends in the crowd today as well. I think that they're secretly scouting for Stiller. Look, the problem is like what Thing says is Real Madrid come calling Dabizaz. He's going to Real Madrid because Real Madrid was so intent. Real Madrid will show that they're serious about Stiller, and we won't. We were like, oh, we got Anderson. Oh, we got Edison. Sorry, we got Edison. We got Edison. We want Edison. We want Baleba. Yeah, guys. Honest to God, this club, honestly. And then you got fans who, like, what is astonished to me the most out of everything, guys, is the amount of fans who don't know what a Manchester United player is. Is the amount of fans out there that do not know what a Manchester United player is. They have no clue. They have no clue. They think I'm just saying these things to hate on a player or give him a chance, give him he's going to come good. Think about this, think about that. Do you know what I mean? And goodness me, I know what a Manchester United player is. Let me tell you who's a Manchester United player right now. And Fernandes is a Man United player. Mateus Fernandes is a Man United player. Anderson is a Man United player. Stiller is a Man United player. Anderson is a Man United player. These are Man United players right there. Tonali is a Man United player. I'll tell you that right now. There's many that I've mentioned, guys, today as well. Yeah, big up Dabby's ass. I didn't get the Murillo links too. The guy regularly gets cooked airily, but people just glaze him for his passing. I mean, people just don't. This is what I'm talking about. This is the tacticos fan base, isn't it? That they think they know better. What it is that everyone wants to be hip. Everyone wants to be the first. Everyone wants to say, I'm the first to say this, I'm the first to say that. You know what? When I hear things and I read things on Twitter, like, you heard it here first. I mean, sorry, Mr. Wise Guy. I said it in 2025, what you're saying there. You know what I mean? It really does drive me mad, and is it Dimirovic? He's on the floor. He looks injured. Yeah, he doesn't look in a good way. It looks like his knee. No, it's the number 24 for Stuttgart. Is the number 24 for Stuttgart. Yeah, it's not good news for them. They're the last thing, and they've started very well as well, Stuttgart. I've been very impressed with them so far in this game. Been very impressed in this game. Yeah, Steelers for us, man. Steelers for us. I'm just trying to see who the player is injured. Might be Undav. Yeah, it looks like Undav. He's one of their main players. No, it's not. It's not Undav. It's I'm trying to work out who it is. I can't see it. It's number 24. Yeah, it's Chabot, the defender. Yeah, he's one of their important defenders there. Raja, Chema Andres is great, but he's on Madrid. They only get him, so kind of complicated. Yeah, he's co-owned. Ephraim, some fans saying if Edison signs is okay, are lowering the standard of this beautiful club. We do not need okay players. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We are being so manipulated and hypnotized into thinking that certain players are good enough for Man United. A week ago, guys, let me just tell you for an example. Let me just give you an example, right? A week or two ago, nobody, if I told you a week ago, who's your top 5 players you were signing midfield this season, who would it be? None of them said Ederson. I didn't hear Ederson's name for months. I didn't, guys. Nobody came to me and said, what do you think about Ederson? In months, all of a sudden, since we're interested in him, boom, everyone, Ederson. Oh, yeah, Ederson's good. Oh, yeah. You ain't even watched him, bruv. You ain't even watched him. Don't give me that nonsense. They couldn't even tell you the how Atalanta are doing this season. Do you know what I mean? And it's badly, by the way. You know what I mean? I won't mind Ederson, but he's a full signing. I will, because it's gonna take money from our club, and it's gonna stop us from buying a fullback, and it's gonna stop us buying a backup striker or a left winger. It's not good enough. He shouldn't be there. I'd rather play Jim Thwaites. I think Jim Thwaites would do a better job than him. I'd rather play someone like that, than pay money for an okay player. No chance, man. Not for me. Low-hanging fruit gets picked. Yeah, definitely for Man United, because they're short. Sometimes you have to climb walls to get that fruit at the back, which is far more juicier than the fruit at the front. I have a lemon tree in Italy, right? And sometimes what I have to do, right, for my father-in-law, I have to climb a wall to get a lemon. I have to go, because sometimes you look at it and you see there's a ripe lemon right at the back. And I will climb the wall, hold on, and climb the wall, right, and get that lemon right at the back. I could get the lemons at the front, but they don't look as ripe as the lemon at the back. There's a key to life right there. Do you know what I mean? Let's go Stuttgart. Yes, absolutely. A big Amy. Amy, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Let's go Stuttgart. Yeah, I'm going for Stuttgart. I think they've started very well today. Very impressed with them so far. 25 minutes gone, 0-0. But they've done very well so far. They have to get a goal, though, I feel, Amy. They really do. Anthony Gordon's move on to agent terms is done, but will Bayern have successful negotiations with Newcastle or not? I actually think he's going to go to Bayern Munich. I think it'd be a great move for Anthony Gordon. I think it'd be brilliant. They're looking for a left midfielder at the moment. But again, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, do you remember when Man United were linked to Anthony Gordon? And there was all these rumors about Anthony Gordon wants to play the number 9. Remember that? And it's true. He does want to play a number 9. But the rumors about him playing number 9 were far, far exaggerated. Right? It was like he prefers to play number 9, but you know what? He doesn't mind playing on the left. We all know, he knows himself that he isn't a number 9. He's more like a left midfielder. You know what I mean? And that's what we're talking about here, how things can get overly misconstrued in the media and overly hyped. And, it's ridiculous. Absolutely. Yeah, guys. Big up, everyone. Here comes Stuttgart on the left, Mittelstadt. We got a chance here with Stuttgart. Stuttgart, he cuts in. He bends it straight at the keeper, man. It's a weak one. Come on, mate. Come on. I like Mittelstadt, yeah. I like him, but it's just that guy, get the end product right. Another good. Here comes Stiller. And it's a throw-in. No, it's a bit like a horror. So basically what it is, Dabbies, that's right. It's about basically this guy likes this girl, right? So she loses her necklace and he goes, I'm going to buy her something to replace the necklace. So he just bought her something cheap. And basically it was like a wish sort of candle, like in a packet. And you take it out and you make a wish and you snap it. So basically he liked her so much, but he could never tell her that he liked her. So what he would do, he took out the wish. He goes, I hope that she loves me more than anyone else in the world. More than anyone else in the world. And it's snap. Suddenly she becomes obsessed with him. It's crazy. Guys, I'm telling you right now, watch it. It's got 8, 9 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes and all that, guys. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It is spooky, guys. And it goes to show you about obsession and things like that. I think it's a very good storyline. I think I would advise people to go and see it. Obsession, go and see it. My goodness me. It starts off slow. It's a slower. It starts slow, but when you see it, when it gets going, whoa. Guys, I'll tell you like a scene, right? One of the scenes is like, this girl, she starts to like, because the girl is hypnotized. So she's hypnotized because of this fortune sort of cookie sort of thing. And the only way to get rid of that spell is for the guy to kill himself, basically unalive himself, should I say, in the film. Yeah, very good. I watched the EFL promotion game earlier, Sal, and all I can tell you is while Hull City won, whoever won that game is going straight back to the championship next season. It was painful to watch, bro. I agree, Marcus, probably. I mean, Hull City, Burnley, all these kind of teams. You know, Burnley will get promoted next season, they get relegated the next season. None of these teams really progress. There's only a couple of teams that I look at and they're kind of done the right. Leeds United, for example, but Leeds United, of course, are a much bigger club and stuff. So, yeah, the quality difference is astronomical. It's astronomical. It's very difficult for these teams to survive in the Premier League. You know, the money is too much. I mean, look. What I would say is that here come Bayern Munich though. Shot straight at the keeper. Luis Diaz with a shot. He went straight at the keeper, guys. Look at the Premier League, for example. You've got Arsenal in the Champions League final. Aston Villa sweeping aside Freiburg in the Europa League final. You've got Crystal Palace in the Conference League final. English teams are dominating European football. And then, you know, when teams come from the Championship, you know, they're like, whoa, this is too good. You know what I mean? And even now, and I would say that the league has regressed as well. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. It's even worse than it used to be. Sal said he put off Real Madrid was too much. He pulled off Real Madrid was too much. He chose Madrid above us. He chose Madrid because we didn't go after him, mate. We had a chance to get him, though. Madrid never respected Gareth Bale, by the way. They never respected him. That's why he played games with golf and that. Madrid has a buyback, Cherma, Andres, he's Fabrica, he's academy, but you can buy that off them. You can, but I don't think Man United are in for him at the moment. There was a little bit of rumor a few months ago about Cherma, but nothing solid. But that's also the same as Nico Paz. Nico Paz, of course, plays for Como. So Nico Paz is highly sought after player who plays for Como, and a lot of teams want him. You know, this is what I'm talking about. You know, when you're good, teams want you. Why don't they want Edison? Not good. I mean, people making excuses for that. Well, you can't paint him with the same brush as everything else just because someone else didn't want him. What? Guys, if you're good, people want you. It's a bad thing no one wants you. Do you know what I mean? Goodness me. They say that. Someone told me that, nobody wanted Cunha. Loads of teams wanted Cunha. Loads of teams wanted Mbumo. You know what I mean? But guys, they just didn't want to pay the money. No, because it's easier to keep comfort zone players than finding quality other than what it's already known. But yeah, players that are just happy to be there. And that's the thing, isn't it? Dabby's us. Signing aside, I'm not sure if we get 30 million from Barcelona. I don't think so, mate. I'll be surprised. Dabby's us. I'll be surprised if Rashford leaves for 30 million. They're a bunch of stingy guys they are over there. Amy, Man United players is from the 90s and early 2000s. Man United players from the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, we dominated. We done well. We'll be back. Here come Kane. Oh, just cleared away. Stuttgart, well won by Stuttgart. Well defended, guys. Well defended. Let's not forget, guys, that Stuttgart themselves, you know, they could win this tournament, guys, and such a big achievement for them. Good play there on the right hand side, guys. Good play there, of course, from Lewelling. Lewelling, he's he's on the right there. Usually plays well. He's on the right today. Middlestead and Lewelling are also very good wingers, guys. This is what I'm saying. All round, Stuttgart have got a decent team. You know, they're all round. They've got a decent team. So is Tchouaméni a Manchester United type player? Yeah, I forgot his name. Sorry. Yeah, Tchouaméni is a Man United player. Yeah. He's a Real Madrid player. He's a Man United player. If you've got the mentality to play for Real Madrid, you've got the mentality to play for Man United. Yeah. To play for these teams is no mean feat. To play for Real Madrid, to play for Man United, to play for Bayern Munich is no mean feat. You don't just get into these teams. Whereas to play for the likes of Atalanta, it's easy. That's it. You know, you don't have to be a certain quality player. You don't have to be a certain mentality player and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And actually, it's like, this is what I'm saying. When you play for Atalanta, or you play for like Brighton, it's actually much easier to shine you know, because you stand out. You're meant to stand out as a player. I think Chilmeni a direct case Casse replacement. I hope so, Dabbis. It'd be a great signing for Man United. Definitely, you know, if we lose Anderson, he's one of the players that I think Man United should definitely go for. Chilmeni. Another corner to Stuttgart, guys. Mittelstadt, we're going to take the corner again. Another corner. I mean, they are playing so well, Stuttgart. Fair play. 33 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Cross comes in. Another deep corner. Punched away by Erbig. Guys. And here come Bayern. This is where Bayern Munich have to be. This is where Stuttgart have to be very careful on their counter-attack. It's going to be a foul. No, it's no foul. Luis Diaz is claiming a foul. It did look like a foul, to be honest. He was on the right at that time, but it did look like a foul. Oh well. Can Undav be a backup striker? He could do, yeah. He could do. He'd be a cheap option, wouldn't he? I really like even Tony, and I'm no surprise for me. And I mentioned it before that even Tony's going to England squad. No surprise for me, you know, absolutely none. No surprise for me. 41 goals this season, guys. It doesn't matter if you're playing in Saudi Arabia. The goal is the same size. Absolutely brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, lots of news coming out about Mateus Fernandes today. I'm looking forward to seeing next week. I told everyone this morning, let's not forget, guys, that if West Ham get relegated, Mateus Fernandes will be handed in a transfer request. You heard it here this morning, guys. I even said it on day before yesterday and the day before yesterday. If West Ham get relegated, you will see a transfer request for Mateus Fernandes. He will want to leave West Ham. Right, so Man United have got a great opportunity with Mateus Fernandes. He excites me. Mateus Fernandes excites me. He's the type of player that excites me because he's got a ceiling, Premier League proven. He's a good player. You know what I mean? Absolutely. He's the kind of player that I look at and think, yeah, you know, this guy is good. This guy, you know. Quite well, Wesley. A very dominant display from Stuttgart at the moment, especially in the midfield. So he's obviously doing very well. But here come Bayern. Good strike. That was a good strike there. They got it back though. They got it back here. Oof. Yeah, once you let Bayern into their stride, they're gonna start pounding the goal. I think they've observed Stuttgart a little bit now. They're starting to play here. Bayern, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players in the attacking third here, guys. Elise there. Cross comes in. Good cross. It's cleared away. It's going to be retrieved by Lima. Kimmich. I do like the way that Stuttgart defend as well in numbers as well. Really good. Thomas. I agree with you about who's United player. I haven't been able to even relate to anywhere near those players we've had in the past 10 years. Since I've started watching United in 92. It's completely different levels, isn't it, Thomas? You know, you can't compare the players that play for Man United for the last 10 years, not even Bruno. You can't. It's impossible because those were Man United players. They done it. They won it. You know, they done everything that was asked of them. They won everything that was asked of them, you know. And, yeah, Luis Diaz on the left-hand side, guys. But we can't keep making the same mistakes that we keep making, you know, with transfers, with players. We can't keep doing the Fred mistake, the Schweinsteiger mistake, the Schneiderlin mistake, the Falcao mistake, the Di Maria mistake, you know, the Blind mistake, the Ugarte mistake, the Xerxes mistake. We can't keep doing it, man. We can't keep doing it. Flushing money down the toilet. We need to. I think they just need to just get the good one this time. Get option A for once. Do you know what I mean? Wesley, I heard now Fernandes wants Manchester United move. Yeah, he will be. Once West Ham get relegated, you're going to hear a lot about that, Wesley. I spoke about it this morning, my friend. Spoke about it all week. Once West Ham go down, you're going to see a transfer request from Mateus Fernandes. And you know what I mean? Stretford Post was first again. There you go. Let me have a look at that. Big up, Dabby says, I wanted Millwall in, and they could have bullied the Scousers and Guna fan base. Not interested in Millwall, to be honest, Dabby's ass. Bunch of middle-aged men being angry. Ooh. I come from Leighton. Millwall used to come to Leighton all the time. They used to get run out of Leighton in East London. They used to get run out of Leighton. You know, you don't understand. Like Leighton used to used to play Millwall sometimes, and we used to be running out. West Ham are far more of an intimidating club than Millwall. I'll tell you that right now. Millwall just will mouth. You know the type, loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. That's the Millwall fans. Yeah. Sal, look at the support Jim has given his club OGC Nice, who could go down. Is that the type of support we eventually receive at United? You mean no support? Yeah. I mean, the French league is not exactly the most competitive league in the world. There's nobody in that league apart from probably Paris Saint-Germain. You can argue Marseille. You can argue Monaco. Maybe you could say Lens have had a good season this season. You know, there's a couple of teams there, but you should at least be coming in the top 10 minimum, guys. And even then, if they're such great owners, I mean, let me give you an example, right? Qatar took charge of PSG. Look at where PSG done. From PSG not winning anything. They were serial underachievers. They were known as a team that produced some good players. George Weah, Nicolas Anelka, Ronaldinho, and players like that, Pochettino. They were known for that kind of thing, but they weren't known as being a European powerhouse. They never won the league. They never won any kind of European trophy. I think they won one or two, but back in the day. And look at them. That's the difference between ownerships, you know? So basically what Qatar did, they got PSG and they moved them up the table and they got it right. Whereas Nice, who are far easier to handle because they got low expectations, they've made them significantly worse. And not only Nice, they made Lausanne get relegated in Switzerland. They are absolutely useless at football. I have no doubt they're absolute animals at cycling. I have no doubt. No problem. Fine. But football's not their thing. And that's it. Guys, it's 41 minutes gone. Luis Diaz has been fouled. He's not very happy here. It was a cynical foul there. Yeah, it is a cynical foul. There's two fouls there. Should have been two yellow cards, to be honest with you. Two dangerous fouls. And it's a free kick to Bayern Munich here, guys. We've got 4 minutes to half-time. 4 minutes to half-time. Kimmich will be taking the free kick. When the stroke of half-time is a good time to score, definitely, if they do. I've never been a big fan of this stadium. I'll be honest with you guys, the Berlin Olympic Stadium in Berlin. I've never been a fan of it. It's too wide open, if you know what I mean. It's not one of the stadiums I like. I think they should have played it in Dortmund or something. It would have been a lot better, in my opinion. But anyway, it's a free kick to Bayern Munich. Yeah, there's that big space behind the goal, isn't it? I'm the same with Wembley. Here come Bayern. Chance. Oh, he had to clear it there. It was Harry Kane was coming in there. Harry Kane's on the floor. Yeah, you got to be careful. Harry Kane only needs half a chance, doesn't he? Definitely. Maybe Bruno has already been recommended Matthias Fernandes to board level. I won't be surprised. But I think we're signing Matthias Fernandes. I think it'd be a very good signing. It'd be a good signing. Just ignore the Edison one. I would advise them, don't get Edison. Get Alex Scott, get someone like that. Don't get Edison. One back here by Stuttgart. Well played. Well played by the number 14 there. I like that play there. Very, very strong play by Jacquet. Good play. Yeah, Harry Kane got in there. It was a good tackle. Actually, is it a penalty? He didn't get the ball, did he? Did he get the ball? But then you can argue that Kane might have handled it. Stiller's in there, in the mix. Dabizas. Yeah, good to have the Tigers back in the LPL. They go straight back down. Bundesliga, EPL now, equals EPL now. Bundesliga is nowhere near the EPL, Amy. No. Aston Villa will tell you that. England, I would give Bundesliga for atmosphere. I would give you atmosphere. I think you're the best, 100%. But England is far, far superior to the Bundesliga. In regards to look at the finals. Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Crystal Palace. You know, just think that Aston Villa won the Europa League. Man United and Man City are ahead of Aston Villa. I mean, and they absolutely snoozed to a win against Freiburg. I like the way German clubs and the Bundesliga do their own their clubs, like the 50+1. I think it's inspirational. But the Premier League is just on another hemisphere. And yeah, I would be supporting PSG though in the final. I'll tell you that right now, because I don't want Arsenal to win the Champions League. Absolutely not. That would be a nightmare. That would be one of the worst nightmares ever. That's something you can make a movie about, a horror movie. No way, there's only 2-team league. No, it's not even a 2-team league these days. You know, one team wins it every 10 years. Stuttgart won it last year. Wesley won what? Sub for Stewart. Who's Stewart? I don't know who Stewart is. Nico Paz is worth at least 70-75 million, and Real Madrid gets him back 9 or maybe 10 million. They're going to get him back, I think. I think he's too good. I think he's too good, Raja. I can't see him, you know, going to anyone back to Real Madrid, and he wants to go to Real Madrid. He wants to stay at Real Madrid. It would be very difficult for anyone to sign Nico Paz because of his ownership, co-ownership by Real Madrid. Definitely. Juju, what happened to Stiller? Feel like his hype has died down. He's not died down. We're just not going for him. Real Madrid are going to sign him, mate. Mourinho's looking at Stiller tonight. He's in the stadium. He's done very well tonight. Very well. He's dominating that midfield. Fantastic. I mean, it's very difficult playing in a team like Stuttgart as well. Not very good. He's very good. I mean, he makes Baleba and Edison look like a National League players. Dabizas. All Leeds need to do is beat or draw with West Ham. And West Ham will go down, yeah. Well, Spurs just need a draw. Because Spurs' goal difference is much, much better than West Ham. So Spurs will just need a draw. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. The Edison mistake, you can only say it out loud. So I agree. You know, it's a mistake. Halftime, guys. 0-0 between Stuttgart and Bayern Munich in this Pokal final, guys. German Cup final. Well played to Stuttgart, by the way. I would say absolutely brilliant performance tactically from them at the moment. Bayern Munich are arguing with the referee. It's only a good sign for Stuttgart. Bayern Munich are not happy. Bayern Munich are being humbled here, guys. They are being humbled, Bayern Munich. So, you know what? An angry Bayern Munich might come out in the second half. But, you know, they are being humbled. Definitely. West Ham players will put in transfer requests. Absolutely, Amy. Yes, they will be putting in a lot of transfer requests. I can imagine that happening. Definitely. There's going to be no loyalty to West Ham. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely. Wesley, so why don't we push for Tonali transfer first or even Tchouameni? Because we're looking for what's easy, Wesley. We're looking for the easy option. We're looking for the cheap option, the easy option, someone who's not going to argue, someone who's not going to have 10 clubs after them, you know. So we're looking at someone who nobody wants. Might as well sign bloody Eric Dyer at this rate. You know what I mean? This is the way we're running things. That makes it's terrible. Raja, okay. So it's difficult nut to crack. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, because obviously I read so many messages. I forget the last message. Sorry. Oh, you mean Nico Paz? Nico Paz, yeah, it's going to be a very difficult nut to crack, that one. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Number one, you know, Como have an agreement with Real Madrid. You have to sort of do two deals, two arrangements there, innit? Getting them away from Como and then getting them away from Real Madrid. It's difficult. I think he will play for Real Madrid eventually. Nico Paz, he's brilliant. Obviously, Como are fourth in the league in Serie A. I mean, for their standard, a team that, you know, hovered around Serie B for so long, Serie C sometimes, you know, Serie D sometimes. And now where they are, you know, in the Champions League positions, it's phenomenal. So have you watched the movie They Will Kill You? A hectic movie, but good. Not yet. No, I've not watched it. I'll check it out. Was it They Will Kill? I think I might have done. It rings a bell. I haven't watched it. I will check it out. 100%. I'll check it out. Raja, about 3 minutes away from halftime, and Bayern has been disappointed with Clinic. And I think you can give a huge dose of credit to Stuttgart. They've been brilliant. And one of the main players, guys, there's two. Mittelstadt have done very well. And I think that Angelo Stiller has done very well as well. I mean, there you go. Wesley, the German Bundesliga is a farmers league, only Bayern every year. Yeah, look, but what I would say, to give credit to the German league, right, I would say about Bundesliga, the atmosphere is phenomenal. They're proper football. No, the thing is, what Premier League is where the money is. That's where the money is. The talent coming through in Germany in regards to the Bundesliga is incredible. The amount of players that they're bringing through again and again and again. It's because then, you know, that they don't have the money to go out there and spend lots of money. Do you know what I mean? Greg, Sal, will Hull stay up after our next season or yo-yo straight back down to the Championship? Will Hull earn over 22 points in the Premier League? It depends. I can't give an accurate judgment, Gregory, because at the beginning of the season, right, people were telling me Sunderland are going to go down. They were telling me Sunderland are going to go down. I said, they're not going to go down. They go, yeah, Sunderland are going to go down. Watch. I said, Sunderland are not going to go down. And let me tell you this as well. Granit Xhaka would be one of their players of the season. Everyone was laughing at me. There you go. I said, look at Sunderland. Look at how many players they've signed. Look at the players they've got. Siddiqui, Granit Xhaka, and all the players that they signed. They're staying up. They're ambitious. They're staying up. And I'll say the same thing about Hull City. It depends on the window that they have, you know, and what players they bring in, you know. JC, according to the report, Madrid has already triggered a Paz bike. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, JC. I haven't really looked into that at the moment, but I do know they co-own him, and there is a possibility he could play for Real Madrid next season. He's a very good player. They got a lot of good players, the Real Madrid, didn't they? They got like Gula as well. I'm a big fan of Gula as well. Obviously, this is what I'm talking about. This is why there's not in the realms of impossibility for Man United to get Tchouaméni and players like that, because Real Madrid will be looking to get rid of a few. Ederson is good as a second or third midfielder. 12 months ago, he was being linked to Manchester City, and people don't want him now. I don't understand why people are writing him off. Because he's average, mate. It's as simple as that. And this is why Man City don't want to sign him now. Football doesn't deal with last year. It deals with now, unfortunately. Last year, Baleba was one of the best players in the Premier League. Now, he's not performed for 9 months. Last year, people were saying that Evan Ferguson of Brighton and Hove Albion was a new Wayne Rooney. Where is he now? That's life, mate. Great players are consistent, right? He's a 27-year-old, non-Brazilian international, 3 caps in his whole life for Brazil, by the way. 3 caps in his whole life. Why hasn't he got 20 caps, 30 caps? Fred has. Fred had at his age. Why hasn't he got it? He was overhyped. Serie A is overhyped. And people have got this illusion that he's going to be good for Man United. That 27-year-old coming into the Premier League. It's a cheap option, right? He's not even the 4th choice for me. It's not the 5th, not the 6th, not the 7th. Right? Last week, nobody was talking about Ederson because they knew Ederson now. What about Ederson? Nobody was talking about Ederson. We're getting Ederson because he's cheap, because nobody else wants him. It's as simple as that. And we have to hold that, Leffer. Let me tell you this, as man who's watched Man United for 40 bloody years, Ederson is not a Manchester United player. Anderson is a Man United player. Mateus Fernandes is a Manchester United player. Angelo Stiller is a Manchester United player. Tonali is a Manchester United player. Alex Scott goes into the second category, who can play for Man United, who's better than him. Siddiqui, who plays for Sunderland, who's had a better season than him. Do you want me to keep going on? Have players who've had better seasons than him? You know, at the end of the day, look, you can stat pad this, do this, that, and the other. Nobody wants him. Atalanta are desperate to get rid of him. Brazil don't want him. In one of the worst Brazil squads in history. Think critically. He's not good enough for Manchester United. He may be good in your eyes, but he's not good enough for Man United. We want a challenge for the league. Who's better? Is he better than Ugarte? No. Why is he not better than Ugarte? Ugarte's played for PSG and had some of the best stats in Europe. You know, there you go. We can argue about that, can't we? We can say, well, you know what, Ugarte's crap now, but you know what? Ugarte a year ago had 2 years ago had the best stats in Europe. But we don't look at 2 years ago, do we? We don't look at last year. We look at now. It's not good enough. And that's how we should be thinking about Ederson. You know, Raja, No mean that Ineos do quite good with sailing or cycling, but still haven't cracked football. They shouldn't be even near football, at the end of the day. Wesley, my friend is a Bayern fan, and he said they were robbed in the Champions League against PSG. Possibly. I would say that Arsenal robbed Atletico. I thought Atletico had a couple of penalties. You can argue that Barcelona were robbed against Atletico. You can argue all different things, isn't it? Just life, isn't it? You know what I mean? Bayern a fabulous football team. They could win a double tonight. Good for them. They'll move on next season and they'll challenge for the Champions League again. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the standard of refereeing in general, Rez, has been awful. Do you know what I mean? This year in particular. Every single week we're talking about refereeing. You know what I mean? Greg, a solid midfielder protects the defense and shores up the spine of the team, allowing themselves to frustrate opponents. Exactly. And that's what Stiller's doing today, isn't it, Greg? Absolutely. Tears, what are we seeing today by Stuttgart? I mean, brilliant, mate. You know what it is, Stuttgart? It's like what you said, my good friend. Stiller's a controller. Put Edison in that midfield. It'd be 2-0 to bloody Bayern Munich right now. JDC, will not be surprised if Gula becomes the best midfielder in the world next year. Brilliant player. Absolutely brilliant player. A baller. And these are the type of players that Real Madrid need to concentrate on, not the Galacticos. I knew it when Real Madrid signed Mbappe, that was a mistake. I said they shouldn't have signed Mbappe. What's the point? You know what I mean? They were better without him. Absolutely. Sal, we should sign Lewis Hall from Newcastle as a left back. It would be a good signing, Wesley. It would be a good signing as a left back. The only problem is, Wesley, I said it earlier in the show, he's going to be astronomically expensive, and notoriously throughout history, Newcastle United don't like doing business with Man United. They don't, even with Tonali, with that. The last proper bit of business that Man United done with Newcastle was in 1995, Andy Cole. And that, you know what I mean? They don't like, they want to create this kind of mini rivalry with Man United. They want to, I mean, we're so far ahead of them. It's unbelievable that they want to create a rivalry with us. They've never liked us, and we don't like them either. But they hate us more than we hate them because they got no one to be rivals with. They need to focus on Sunderland. You know what I mean? That's what they need to do. They need to focus on Sunderland and focus on them, of course, guys. Absolutely. 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 Someone's telling me that Belaber's tier 2. My goodness me. Crying out loud. Sometimes I read my comment and I don't even comment, guys. I don't even entertain it. I don't entertain it because I just think to myself, they have no ball knowledge, mate. Honestly, you think Belaber's tier 2 based on what? Why is Belaber tier 2? He hasn't performed for 9 months. Goodness me. This guy, I'm right now, this guy has behind him. He doesn't make much difference to Manchester United other than fill up the numbers to the squad and the bench. Yep. JDC. As a third midfielder, I would rather have Lamine Kamara. Absolutely. Thank you, JDC. Or Lucien Aguma, both cheap and better. Absolutely. Maybe Edison is a stopgap. Great teams don't deal with stopgaps, Wesley. Great teams build teams, not stopgaps. What are we doing? Kicking the ball down the road. We don't kick balls down the road. Great teams don't kick balls down the road. Do Arsenal do stopgaps? No, they don't. They just get the player that they need to get to improve the team. It's simple as that. And that's what Man United need to do. You know what I mean? For 45 million for a stopgap, that's an expensive stopgap. Exactly. Not a loan, is it? Lever, why aren't Man United looking at Kane Yildiz instead of Morgan Rogers? Let me tell you why, Lefa, right? Because they're incompetent, clueless, useless, bald, that don't look beyond their own nose. Simple as that. Now, Keenan Yildiz obviously is valued about 100 million. He's just signed a new contract. It's going to be valued about 100 million. He's expensive. And they're obsessed with Premier League proven players. And I'll tell you why. They're obsessed with Premier League proven players. There's nothing wrong with that, but obviously you have to mix it up a little bit. They're obsessed with Premier League proven players because they're scared of making a mistake in Europe because they can't judge the market. They don't know what talent is. Like I could tell them right now, guys, that Stiller is a very good player. He's going to be a world-class player. I could say everyone, guys, can tell you that Keenan Yildiz is going to be a world-class player. I could have told them that Keenan Yildiz was going to be a world-class player 2 years ago. You know, but when he was playing for the Juventus generation, Juventus youth team, I could have told them that then, you know. You can say that, again, Arsenal, again, was given the Premier League, all bad decisions from VAR and the rest. You know what? I've said a lot about that. And whenever you talk about these kind of things, Arsenal come, you know, crying, saying that we're hating when they're not looking at the bigger picture. Arsenal were given this title, Wesley, absolutely. There's plenty of evidence to suggest that they were given this title. This title, honestly, is a farce, honestly. 28 likes, guys. Guys, we've got 28 likes. Can we get to 30 likes, guys? Can we get up to 30 likes? Bear me a second, guys. Big up, everyone. Raja, why is this year write-off with the end? Yeah, I mean, write off another year. Come on, that's what they want. They want us to write off another year. Of course they do. Oh, we're gonna do this next year. We're gonna do this next time. In January, they told us they're gonna go all out for Anderson. That's what they told us. That's what they told us in January. Don't worry. In the summer, we're gonna go all out for Anderson. This is what they said. We do not need any risky signing. It will take us 3 years back. Yeah. What's the point of signing Edison? I don't get it. 27, never played in the Premier League, not even in the Brazil squad. Fred has more caps than him. Crying out loud, man. You've got Bournemouth and Brentford players in the Brazil squad, for goodness sake. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Greg, United's scared to make mistakes, yet bring in Edison. It's a joke being played upon us by the club. You know what they've done, Gregory? Let me explain what they've done, right? Basically, what they've done is said, like, you know, Man United were linked to Edison about a year and a half ago. They saw that Manchester City were kind of linked, but weren't really linked. They were like hovering around, but he didn't impress them. So they didn't sign him. And we know with Manchester City, what they do. They sign players who are good enough. They do it all the time, even if they go on the bench, right? And basically what Ineos have done, and the Wilcox and Berardi, they've saw that we were after Edison, way back. And they thought, oh, maybe he's still the player. Maybe. Let's have a look how much he's worth now. Let's go and have a look how much he's worth. And then they go there and they say, oh, yeah, you can get him for about 40 million. 40 million? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? It is ridiculous. JDC. La Fabrica has produced some great player in recent seasons. Chema Andres, Nico Paz, Victor Munoz, Gonzalo Garcia, Chema Andres, Thiago Pitach. Absolutely. Big up, JDC. So I've just seen why we are linked to Edison. The player together with his agent are really pushing him for him to... Did you know who's the... You know Murta works for Atalanta now? Did you know that? Maybe he's trying to sabotage Man United. And why don't we think about that? Maybe he's trying to sabotage Man United. So it looks like we are signing Edison is part of them gonna use him for the FA Cup and League Cup. Think he wants for 40 million. You want to buy an FA Cup, League Cup? Come on, let's not stop making excuses for incompetence, Wesley. Let's stop making excuses for incompetence. We need players now. We ain't got a midfield. The only midfielder we got is Mainu. Ugarte's leaving. Casemiro's gone. We're looking for substitutes before we actually built the first team. Come on, my bro. We got to wake up. Wake up. Smell the coffee, my friend. Smell the coffee. Smell it. Smell it, guys. The coffee is there. You got to smell it because at the end of the day, guys, they are putting wool over your eyes. They're getting a cheap option. And let me tell you one thing, guys. He will be the replacement for Casemiro. And you guys, let me tell you, do not fall for their nonsense, their old dirty tricks. Absolutely. Second half is about to change, guys. It's about to start, guys, should I say. We are ready. We are ready for this second half, guys. Harry Kane is out. Need a better performance from Bayern Munich. It was a poor performance of Bayern, but you have to give great credit to Stuttgart for the performance. You really do. You know, absolutely. Here in Berlin, guys, Bayern Munich 0, Stuttgart 0. I'll say Stuttgart have had the better of the game so far. We're ready for kickoff, guys. We're ready for kickoff. Let's get this in. There's Elise and Kane. Well done, Stuttgart. So far done very well. Kevin, if West Ham get relegated, El Hadji Diop and Fernandes would be great sign. It would be, Kevin, absolutely. As long as they can give us a good discount price. I do know that Mateus Fernandes handed in a transfer request. Heard it here first, guys. He is handed in a transfer request. So he should be leaving West Ham. I think he's brilliant. Madrid sell their talented youth players with buyback clause. We should do the same. They co-own them, yeah. They still own them by 50%. That's what they do with Nico Paz. They still have 50%. So basically, a team will buy 50% of the player and they'll still own 50%. So it's partly theirs as well. Anyway, we're ready for kickoff, guys, in the second half here. 0-0 between Stuttgart and Bayern Munich. I think Stuttgart do need a goal because I can see Bayern Munich just nicking it, you know, definitely. Do rate Manchester United Muppeteers YouTube channel. No, don't like him. No, he's a Glazeronomic guy. He's one of the reasons that Glazers are here. And in also here, he slandered the Qatar. His Islamophobic opinions were disgusting. You know, he's misinformed. And now, look, he won't come out and apologize. And that's with the United View and all them man down there. They're exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. They are not good for Man United. Owen's not a Man United fan. He's a fake. I know that for a fact. Flex isn't a Man United fan. He's a fake. I know that for a fact. They're all fakes, all of them. You know what I mean? And they pretend. Fortunately, sorry, guys. And I've met all of them. I met Flex anyway. They signed him because he is cheap. Exactly. Rajat, would Gonzalo Garcia be a great signing? He is about 1 year older than Ben Sesko, to be honest. Don't know, Rajat. Don't know. I can think of more players who would like to come. I think Man United should sign Tony. I really do. I think he's going to score goals. I think he will. You know what I mean? So is it true that we're looking at Ramos from PSG? Yeah, we were looking at him. We were looking at a loan deal. Cross comes in. I don't mind Gonzalo Ramos. I think he's still a good player. Problem is he's playing in a very star-studded PSG side. It's a very star-studded PSG side. And that's the problem, isn't it? It's very difficult to get into that side. You know? Very, very difficult to get into that side. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow, Manchester United's final home game of the season. Guys, fun times, eh? Fun times. Don't forget, I could be uploading the match preview. Sorry, it's a bit late, guys. I will be uploading the match preview before the game. I will be live for the game, of course. Yeah, look forward to seeing you absolute legends there. It would be great to see you there, guys. Final game of the season. Would like to see a couple of youngsters in the team, to be honest with you. Even if it's Aiden Heaven and Lenny Oro, I would like to see them play. I would like to see that start materializing. Instead of Morgan Rogers, we should get Krupe. Krupe's brilliant, JDC, honestly. I agree with you to an extent, you know that. Stephen, is it not away to Brighton? Yes, it is away to Brighton, Stephen. Yes, it is away. Why? We are away at Brighton. Final league game of the season. Yeah. It's going to be a difficult game to win us. Brighton still got things to play for, by the way. They've still got European qualification to play for. We're sorted. We're third place. But Brighton have got things to play for. Yeah, they're going to go out. They're really going to go full throttle, Brighton. They're definitely going to go full throttle for that game. It's a goal kick. Would you prefer getting Rodrigo Mora as a number 10? Rodrigo Mora is brilliant, Raja. Porto number 10. Brilliant player. Yeah, he's a brilliant player. Bruno, a young Bruno for me. Brilliant player. And I would say that these are cyber players Man United need to look at and sign, definitely. There's a couple of players there that I really rate. Young players, Syed Omar, Keith Schmidt, Ayol Bioldi, Rodrigo Mora. Here comes it was. I thought it was going in for a second there from Stuttgart. It was a cross that came in. It was like a shot come cross, and it sort of just floated over, guys. It sort of just floated over there. I thought it was going in the back of the net. It was Lewinning again. Lewinning is really impressing me today. He looks sharp as well. Stephen, thank you. You said last game, home game. No, did I? No, I said last game, Stephen. You're hearing things, Stephen. Scroll back. I said last game. Morgan Rogers would be a good signing. He'll be an expensive sign. It would be an expensive signing. I like Morgan Rogers, though. I ain't going to lie. I like him. But do we need another cut-in and shoot merchant? Guys, I'm not being horrible. Mora will be expensive this season. He is signing for the future. You got to pay for quality, guys. You absolutely do. You got to pay for quality, guys. That's what happens, guys. Absolutely, you got to pay for quality. Sorry, there's a little problem with my clock. Is it back? Should be back now. There was a little problem with my clock. It's up. Krupi too young, and Bournemouth will never sell him. Wesley, you're talking about Edison, and you're downplaying Krupi. Krupi's good enough, mate. If you're good enough, you're old enough. You're here trying to make excuses for Edison, and one of the players of the season, Krupi, you're playing down, mate. Who cares if he's expensive? I don't care if he's expensive. If he's good enough, go and bloody get him. That's it. Simple as that. He's been one of the players of the season. Absolutely. Big up, Stephen. I know, mate. Anyway, I make mistakes sometimes, Stephen. I am live, by the way. I do not plan. I do not read off a book. You know, I'm not like those other channels who bring up little screens and share screens and read off there. I just freestyle. That's what I do. You know. Thank you, Marcus. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Yeah, it does play up sometimes. It's the old ticker. Yeah, I mean, Krupi's a brilliant player. I would love Krupi at Man United. Look, what if we thought about that about Wayne Rooney? What if someone said to you before we signed Wayne Rooney, he's too young and Everton won't sell him? What if we said to, before we signed Rio Ferdinand, he's too young and Leeds won't sell him? What if we said that about Ryan Giggs? What if we said that about Dennis Irwin, Roy Keane? What if we said that about, guys, absolutely. Look at Carrera's cooking. We let him go for cheap because we're incompetent, mate. We keep rubbish and we get rid of good players. That's what we do. Zayed, welcome back. The agenda on Carrick from certain fans has already... Why? He's our manager now. Back him. What's the point of turning your back on Michael Carrick? He's our manager now. No one can change that. Back the manager. He's our manager now. You know, if they're going to put energy towards anybody, put it on the board. Their responsibility is to back Carrick now. Whatever we think, you think, what I think, it doesn't matter now. He's the manager of Manchester United. We back him till the end. That's what we do. Now it's up for the board to back Michael Carrick. Simple as that. Absolutely. Big up, Zaid. Good to have you back. We have followed United for too long to be tolerate bad football. Office decisions make or break a club's possibilities, or third place finish followed by an incompetent summer window. Consequences: 4th, 5th, 6th place finish. Those are the consequences, and we've been here before. I'm not happy. Edison might be better than Carlos Balebasal. I don't know, mate. I think Edison's the new Fred. I would rather Baleba than Edison, and that is saying something. I'll be honest. That is saying something. Carvajal getting an assist in the last game. Class player. What a pass. Carvajal's a brilliant player, mate. Absolutely. Zaid, exactly. Goldbridge has started saying Amram was the reason for season success, which I think is disingenuous to say the least. Zaid, what we don't do, we don't go back. Amram done a lot of good things. He done a lot of bad things. I agree with Mark. Mark's a smart guy, which is why he has 2 million subscribers, right? He's one you can look at if you want a business, right? What I would say, don't speak rubbish. Amram did clear the junk out. He cleared a lot of toxicity, right? What people don't quite understand is what he was trying to do. What you have to understand is that what Ruben Amorim was trying to do is trying to create an environment where we're playing we're playing pressing football, right? We're playing front foot football, which we can't do because we don't have the players. So what Amorim needed to do was adjust until we had the players that can do that. He didn't get backed properly. But one thing I would say, out of everything that he did, forget everything. He's not Man United manager anymore. He got rid of the toxic environment and he created a free open pass for Carrick. And of course, Carrick done his work and he done it well and he done. But let's not forget we were 3 points from fourth. The only reason we weren't third and second is because we had the AFCON. That's why we would have been third or second anyway. That's what I'm saying. But congratulate Michael Carrick. It's very important that we look at that and don't look at things from a hateful point of view. But now that's the past. We concentrate on Michael Carrick, move on. That's how football works. You move on. Next one. Goal! Harry Kane. I knew it. I knew it, guys. He would eventually score. He always does. The record breaker for Bayern Munich has scored. You see Stuttgart, they had their opportunity in the first half. Another goal for Harry Kane. Guys, a machine. And a goal-scoring machine, guys. He scored again. Bayern Munich are looking at the double now. You see, you give them an opportunity, you give them an inch, and they will take it. Do you know what I mean? They will take it, definitely. It was a free kick taken there. Nice bit of play down the wing with Elise. Cross comes in and free header. You don't leave. You do. Elise with a great cross, fair play, but you don't leave Harry Kane in all that sort of space there. Great cross from Elise. That's what I want to see Ahmad do. You see that cross right there? You see that cross right there? A cross. Who would have known? A cross, a header, a goal. Who would have known? You know, there you go. But a great cross, a great header from Kane. 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Stuttgart have got it all to do. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. Mitten was downplaying Baleba in his podcast, which I don't think he needs to downplay Baleba. I think we all should know that Baleba is not good enough to play for Manchester United. I think we need to get off this overhyped train that we're on, that some people seem to not want to get off. That's your stop. Get off. They're not getting off the Baleba train. And to be honest with you, it's very worrying that Baleba's performed so poorly for 9 months, don't you think? Guys, because let me just give you an example, right? Let me just give you a very, very critical example. Ugarte hasn't played well for Man United for a long time, right? A long time, right? It's not means he's a bad player, right? But according to everyone, he shouldn't be playing for Man United anymore. Now, at Brighton, it's much easier to perform, to shine, because you're the star player. You're supposed to be, right? You're the £75 million player in midfield. You're supposed to shine, right? Yeah, he hasn't played well for 9 months. And we got people gaslighting Baleba. This obsession. You know what I mean? I don't get it. So we might as well have the same energy then. Oh, you know what? Ugarte's going to come good, bruv. Trust me, bruv. Ugarte's going to come good. It's a hunch, but I know he's going to come good. Do you know what I mean? Did we give him a buyback? I don't think we did, you know. I'll be honest. I don't think we finished third with Amorim. I do, Ziad. I do. The league is crap, Ziad. It's not just about Amorim. It's about the league in general. The league is crap. I think we might even come second. I think he was going up to some. Those who know Bullseye watch football, like Mark Goldbridge. And I think we're on the way to... Our XG was better. Everything was better. Now, what I'm worried about is we're playing counter-attacking football. This is the same style we played with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is my biggest worry, okay? We've got Steve Holland, who's a very one-dimensional coach. He will get you so far, but with this team, like we were trying to move into, listen, guys, it's going to hurt when you're trying to become champions, right? Next season, we cannot rest. We cannot rely on this football. It's not sustainable. It's not. We will get found out. Trust me. So what we got to find out is that should we keep Steve Holland? I don't think Steve Holland's a good enough coach. England will tell you that. Golden generation, he went defensive. Marcus, when I look at Coxey, I see a safe, non-risk taker executive with no creativity or foresight. He lacks ambition. He's an accountant for Ineos. That guy lacks ambition. Yeah, he was like that as a player. You know what I mean? What do you think of the biggest problem with United fan base? Why can't we force the leeches out of the club? And what could be working, in your opinion? Let me tell you why, Thomas. As a fan for a very, very long time, okay? Man United are divided into cults. The fan base is divided into cults. You've got elite fans who are over 40, 50 years old, who think they're better than everyone else because they've been going for so long. A little bit sinister fans they are. A little bit, how would I say, ignorant. You got those. You got the fanboy fans, which is like the Carlos Baleba fans or the Pogba fans or the Martial fans. You got those fans. You got the player FC fans. You got the manager FC fans. You got the overly hyped, happy fans who are overly zealous and the bubbleheads, just overly zealous. Guys, that's the problem. And each one of us, guys, each one of these fans have a different idea of what Man United is. Now, surprisingly and shockingly for me, there's many of our fans who don't understand ball. They don't understand football. They really don't. They don't understand football. They don't understand, for example, the Amorim argument. They don't understand what Amorim was trying to do and the circumstances surrounding him. They don't understand it. They just think results and that's it, results, even though we had 2 defeats in 11 when he left. And what I would say is this, right? I think it's very hard to unite fans who do not have a clue anyway about the club and what the club needs. Ultimately, when you think about, like I said a couple of days ago, you look at people who are gaslighting Ineos just because they bat Ineos at the beginning. They're gaslighting them and they're putting their opinion ahead of Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? There's loads of problems at Man United. It's going to be very difficult to fix. The most important thing is getting a new ownership, and that'll be the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? Kane Adinho, absolutely brilliant player, man. What a player, guys! Absolutely. It's the United stand that the Edison deal is done, 38 million. With add-ons, good or not? It's in the United stand that Edison deal is 38 million. It's not a good deal, mate. It's an awful deal. It's an awful deal. There's plenty more better players than him for that price. In fact, less. I hope we get a striker as well. I hope so. Here come Bayern. Chance. Oh, he's missed an open goal. Wow. Lima has missed an open goal, guys. Bayern almost made it 2-0. There's lots of smoke in the sky. Bayern almost made it 2-0. I can't believe he's missed it. Wow. What a miss. It's average still. He didn't make MU that competitive. Zayed, Holland was better than any of Amram's coaches. Pretty sure one of them didn't even have a badge. And I don't care, mate. We were playing better football. We weren't bad. Holland's crap. I'm English. He's crap. He had my wife telling how crap he is when they were playing Italy in the final, right? And went defensive and went cowardly. I don't think any of Amram's managers would have done that in the England final, the golden generation. He's an awful assistant coach. One thing I would advise everyone, right? I would advise everyone to stop getting off this, stop being on this giddy train. It's overly excited, this is what I mean. Don't understand Man United. Stop it. Let's wait and see what happens next season. Let's see. Let's analyze. Because whilst we're excited, the Glazers look at people like you, Zayed, and they think, oh, look at him. What a bitch. I'm not being angry. I'm not being angry at you, but that's what they think. Look at them. We can just step on them. They're happy for no reason. Man United are third, mate. It's nothing to celebrate, man. I don't care. I'm watching Arsenal lift the bloody Premier League title. I'm watching Man City win a double. Am I happy? Nobody should be happy about that. Nobody. We move on. Better win the league next season. That's all I'm saying. And that goes with every single manager because I'm tired of this mediocrity. Everyone. Third place. Wow. Okay. Well, have we forgotten we lost to Leeds United for the first time in 43 years? Have we forgotten we lost to Newcastle United with 10 men? No, nothing has changed. These players were down tool when they have a chance to down tool. These players. Steve Holland is an awful coach. He's a dinosaur. Ancelotti had him once and didn't have him again. Why not? You know? Sal, what would you do to fix the refereeing of VR bias level? Fix the officiating, remove the officials, get different officials. That's it. Who are not, sinister or dodgy. Big up, Tybog. No problem, man. No problem. I predicted 2-0. Well played. That would be 2 in a row before you win it, Ty. But no, we didn't win 3-1 last game, did we? You know, and I will say this about everyone about Man United right now, myself included. I'm no BH. I'm not one of these people, guys. I know what Man United need. You know, and people don't want to do it. That's why we keep replaying the same record time and DJ play that record one more time. We're going to do the same thing if we don't fix things. No, and that comes from the fans as well, guys. You know, this giddiness, this overly zealous, this thing. Oh my goodness me, we're so great, and mate, we're third. We're Manchester United. People died for this football club. For us to go, yeah, we're third. Oh, but you know what? Individual records with Bruno's got the record. Way, I don't care. Never cared about that in the 90s. Don't care about it now. Simple as. Working's right. We lift trophies. Simple as that. Then I'm going to start praising. Then I'm going to start being happy. Don't care about Amram this, Carrick this, Solskjaer this, Jose Mourinho this, you know, Eric Ten Hag this. None of them, until they win that league, I've got my respect. Simple. And that's how we should be thinking. I like a Carrick as a player. I was around when he was a player, you know. But people don't understand. They don't look at football in a way that is complicated. They look at it for like, I kick ball in net, goal. You know, I hit you on the head. That's it. You are my girlfriend. Boof. I take you home. Basically that. That's their ball knowledge. They don't look at things deeply. They don't look at context. They don't look at, you know, what the XGs and what we're trying to do and how we're pushing up the field and what we're doing at the moment. We're playing counter-attacking football. That's what we're doing. This is why we can't beat Newcastle. This is why we struggle in certain games, because we play counter-attacking football. That is a Steve Holland prime, Steve Holland style of football, which doesn't work. Let me tell you. Lima is the new James Milner, right? Technically. Yeah, another overrated player. Worked hard, but overrated. Did it one more time. Big up, mate. What you take? Robert Lewandowski on free sale? Absolutely not. No way at all, Kevin. Absolutely not, brother. No. No way. No. Some managers would do slightly better or slightly worse, but the ownership must change if we want to move properly. Thank you so much, Tyber. Great comment. Exactly that. Exactly that. Exactly that. So why won't the EPL follow your easy, sensible solution to officiation problems? Because they're part of it. Simple as that. They're part of the cult. They're part of the mafia. That's what they are. And they hate us, definitely. You know, absolutely. Big up, Addy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Newcastle fan. Is that a real tattoo? Hi, new subscriber here, Newcastle fan. Big up, my friend. Welcome to the stream. You're welcome. Fans from other clubs are welcome as well. Wicked. Good to have you here, man. Really good to have you here. We can talk about Tonali and Lewis Hall a little bit. I know you're not going to like that. Definitely not. But it's good to have you here, fella. Good to have you here. Love Newcastle, by the way. Guys, if you ever go to Newcastle, guys, it's a night out, man. It's a night out. It's a proper place, man. Forget about the football. The Newcastle is a proper place, mate. On it, good people, man. Honestly, good people. Absolutely. Big up, Addy. Tybo. When it comes to results, Carrick has done very well and scored chances, but there is a red flags all around the performances. Tyberg, exactly that. You can have an opinion like Tyberg's, right? You could say, congratulations to Michael Carrick. Fantastic. But guys, can I just clarify something? Michael Carrick is our manager now. We support him, and Tyberg's going to support him, and we all support him. But that doesn't mean that we come out there and we start, you know, rewriting history, you know, from what's going on, or ignoring the problems that are still at this football club, by the way. You know what I mean? And this is what I'll say. You know? My goodness me. Congratulations, Addy. That's you smashed it, bruv. Wow. Got tattoo on his neck, you know? Bloody hell. Fair play. Shot just over the bar. There's a good shot for Musiala. What's happened to Musiala, though? Musiala hasn't been great recently. I haven't seen him much. But Musiala haven't been great recently, is it? Newcastle sending us Andy Cole. We'll always be thankful for that. Yeah, very thankful. We gave him Keith Gillespie, though. So I was a little bit bittersweet in regards to that. We gave him Keith Gillespie. I felt Keith Gillespie is a very good player. Newcastle bought Alan Shearer, though. Newcastle should have won the league, definitely. There was a time when I looked at Newcastle when they had Faustino Asprilla, Alan Shearer, Peter Beardsley, Gary Speed, God rest his soul, Philip Albert, Pavel Cernacek, God rest his soul as well. You know, they had a very good team. Beresford, Venison. Guys, when I look back at that Newcastle team, it's phenomenal. That Newcastle team now would storm this league now. I'll tell you that right now. With all due respect, that Newcastle team now would absolutely annihilate this league. Trust me on that one. David Ginola. David Ginola was one of the most skillful players I've ever seen. If he was playing today, guys, he would be in the mold of Elise and plays like that. He would be even better. He was a phenomenal. Absolutely. Raja, why is it very foggy at the stadium right now? It's fireworks, Raja. Fireworks. Would it take something as extreme as betting scandal concerning NPL to change it? They have to be proven first to be doing that, isn't it? It has to be proven. Tyborg. Musiala broke his leg, and since then he was never the same player. Fair play, Tyborg. I didn't know that. I forgot about that, actually. Fair play. Yeah, it was so highly rated, wasn't he? He will be in the Brazil squad, in the Germany squad at the World Cup anyway. Here comes Elise. Great player. Another player England missed out on, by the way. Elise should have played for England. Thank you, Southgate. Another Steve Holland choice. Steve Holland, let me just tell you something. Because of Steve Holland, we missed out on Musiala and Elise to play for England, by the way. There you go. There's judge of talent for you. Absolute clowns. Honestly. Man United, England missed out on those two players. My goodness me. It's okay. We got Madueke. It's okay. You know what I mean? Oh, God. You know, ridiculous. Lewis Hall, what do you think about that? Not going to the World Cup of England. I think that's one of the worst decisions there. Don't get it. Really don't. Some of the decisions I've seen are ridiculous. A flare let off in the crowd out. Yeah, flares. Anyway, here come Bayern. All right, mate. Oh, okay. All right. No worries, mate. No problem. Addy. I missed the Premier League from the late 90s, 2000s era. Sir Alex Vieira, Kane. It was just brilliant back then. Proper football, Addy. Proper football. And I'll bring in Newcastle. And I have to thank Newcastle, guys. I'm sorry. But I have to thank Newcastle because you know what? Despite our shenanigans in 1995, 97, 95, 96, 97, despite our shenanigans, it was a proper title race. Proper football, mate. Proper football. All the way to the end. And obviously when we went into the Arsenal and Man United rivalry, it was also proper football. None of this business hugging and kissing that before you go out into the pitch. None of that. It was proper football back then. Now, these days, the rivalry between Man City and Arsenal, what rivalry? Man City have squashed Arsenal over the last 10 years. It's been no rivalry, and Man City have squashed Liverpool as well. 1 or 2, yeah. The clock is right twice a day. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So there's been no rivalry, but then it was a proper rivalry, man. Honestly, I'll be honest. And all the way to the last day of the season as well. Absolutely brilliant. It's good to have you here, mate. Thomas, I appreciate coming across your channel. You're not afraid of speaking the truth about this guy. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you. I mean, I lose subscribers sometimes. Some people can't take my realness. Some people don't like what I talk about. But the one thing remains, I've seen football for a very, very long time. Since the late 80s, I've been supporting this football club, guys, since I was a little toddler. And Alex Ferguson was walking out of Wimbledon and he tapped me on the head when I was a little kid. And a very long time I've been supporting this football club. Do you know what I mean? And I know what it takes. I mean, I just think we live in too many extremes these days, man. I think we live in too many extremes. I think there's no real balance of opinion. It's all like, I want him. He should be coming to Man United because he's a good player. And I don't care what you say. All right, man. Now, let me tell you something about Edison. I used to watch a club called Middlesbrough back in the 90s, right? They had players like Emerson, Juninho, Ravanelli, Blanco. They had players like that. right? And Juninho, Emerson were 10 times better than Edison right now, right? And this is what I'm talking about, you know. Musiala was born in Stuttgart. He was raised in England, though. He was raised in England. He played for England youth. He's got an English dad, isn't he, or something? Yeah. He played in the youth for England, and he speaks fluent English. He's got an English accent, everything. He's actually a British Nigerian. Yeah. He's just born there, but he's not German, if you know what I mean. Like, it's like me being born in Germany. I call myself German. You know, he played for England under 21, England under 17, England under 16s. He briefly played for England, Germany under 16. He played for England under 15s. He played for Southampton, he played for Chelsea, and he played for Bayern. So English, and he could have played for England because he wanted to play for England, but we didn't give him the opportunity. That was Gareth Southgate's fault. But it's a win for Germany. The worst one, though, is Elise. We could have had Elise playing for England, you know. But Steve Holland, you know, decided that he's not good enough to play for England. Simple as that. Now, when you think about Elise, he was born in Hammersmith in England, right? Hammersmith. He's English, right? He's born in Hammersmith. He's got an English accent, everything about him. And then, you know what? Started at Hayes and Yedding. Played in non-league, played at Arsenal, played at Chelsea, played at Man City. But because of old Gareth Southgate and Steve Holland, they didn't give him a cap. And he ended up playing for France. Hey-ho, eh? Snooze, you lose. Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, judges of character. That's what I'm talking about, judges of character. Do you know what I mean? Chance. Oh, it's a good header. Chance for them. Tyberg. So true that, Abdul, it was about football itself and not money and sponsorship. Jamal Musiala mothers from Germany. Yeah, but they are English. He's English. He even said he's English. He even said he wanted to play for England, but we didn't give him a cap. Germany gave him an opportunity. He played for Germany, Raja. Tyberg. Yes, he was, but he's Poland, actually. Yeah. He was with England Youth International with Jude Bellingham was there, Raja. Yes. And we could have played him for England. He actually wanted to play for England. He wanted to play for England. But I'm not worried too much about Musiala. You know, the player I'm worried about, I'm upset about, is Elise. Elise could have played for England. Played everywhere in England. He's English. Came from up the road from me. I lived in the place called Croydon. He lived up there. He lived down the road from me. And then we don't pick him for England because of Steve Holland and Gareth Southgate are too busy picking mediocre players. Thomas. People have forgotten that this club actually means something. Exactly. Players have died wearing this club. Absolutely, Patch. That should be easiest reason to get the fraudulent ball out of this club ASAP. People forget that. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather forget this in a little. They forget that old chestnut, don't they? Unfortunately. That's what I said. Some people don't understand the club. They don't understand what a Man United player is. 76 minutes gone, guys. Bayern 1, Stuttgart 0. Guys. Bayern 1, Stuttgart 0. I agree with English, but I'm surprised he didn't choose England. Yeah, he didn't. He did choose England. We didn't choose him, Tyberg. We said we're going to put him in the under-21s. That's what we said. Gareth Southgate said he's going to put him in under-21s and he didn't want to play for the under-21s. Germany wanted him. Germany wanted him and gave him a cap. And once you, as you know, once you give him a cap, that's it. It's over. He wanted to play for England. But hey-ho, it doesn't matter, does it? You know, we got Madueke. Hey, we got Saka anyway. We got Saka. But one thing I would say is that, yeah, Elise is the one I really, really am frustrated about. Because he's not half anything. He's proper English, man. Every fan has their own favourites to come play for United. Some choices made little common sense. They seem more like trolling. It's actually not even trolling. This is the thing. I wish it was trolling, Gregory. Some of the opinions I heard. The Belabor thing, it's like he's got a paid company to promote him. That's what it's like, Greg. It's like a PR company. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it's like. And now it's beginning like that with Edison. This is why I think that this is actually Ineos investing money in a PR company for their transfer targets. I got this feeling, you know, just to try and squash the bad opinions about them. Because, you know, a lot of people, the majority of people, they follow the crowd, don't they? They follow the crowd. They're a bit like sheep and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You know. Big up everyone in the stream, though, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you're in. If you're in here and you haven't smashed a like already, don't forget to smash it. Thank you, guys. Can Stuttgart get one opportunity, guys, to equalize, to take this into extra time? We've got about 10 minutes to go, guys, here. Upamecano, Kimmich, Kane. Oh, it hits the crossbar. What a strike. What a strike that was. Wow. Here's Kane again. Chance. 2-0. Proper player, mate. Proper player. Absolute proper player. He hit the crossbar just now. He took the ball. He done a 360 turn into the back of the net. What a player. He's English. Palaba could work out, but it's such a risk considering his performances lately. We can't. Lately, 9 months, Tybook. Midfielders for his price. 9 months. Kane's a proper player, mate. He would be playing for Man United right now if Alex Ferguson was in charge. I really hope this isn't true, but apparently Glynis won't pay wages exceeding 200k, which is very worrying since they will automatically remove us from getting the likes of Judge. One thing I will say to you, Mandem, with all due respect, I won't believe anything they say at the moment. I won't believe anything at the moment. I think there's a lot of news out there which is just designed to keep a negative feeling around Man United, and I think let's just wait and see. Of course, it may be true. I won't be surprised. But let's just wait and see, innit? Let's not give ourselves blood pressure, and let's wait and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? Let's wait and see what happens. It looks like Bayern Munich are winning the double, guys. A great goal, though. What a turn and what a finish. Kane just gets it. Proper striker, man. Proper striker. Gregory, 2 goals, Harry Kane. Harry Kane is just proper class, mate. Unbelievable. What he is a last of a dying breed. You don't get strikers like this anymore. What a player. You have to applaud him, mate, because he just does it so well. 2 seconds before that, he hit a crossbar. And he got up and he went straight into the box and got a proper player, man. Also, they are going for Edison because it's 35 million. Yes, and his wages are low. True, it's early, but if this were to happen, we were surely cooked next season. Mandem, you know one thing about it? I don't want anyone, if this materializes like you say it's going to materialize, Mandem, if it materializes like it's materializing now, right, do not turn on Carrick. Don't turn on Carrick. It's the board upstairs. It's the board upstairs. It's the board. They're the problem, right? Because if we're going after players like Edison, who Newcastle United want Edison, they got better midfield than them. Gomeres is better than Edison. Tonali is better than Edison. They wouldn't go after Edison. So why are we going after Edison? You know what I mean? Because, yeah, exactly what you said. Cheap and easy. Cheap and easy. That's what it is. We won't sign Baleba because of the price, but we want Baleba because he's easy. Simple. You know, and that's the problem. This is the problem. In a nutshell, this is Man United's problem in a nutshell. Do you know what I mean? 2-0 to Bayern Munich, by the way, guys, looking for the DFB-POKAL trophy, guys. Again, I would say. Feel sorry for Stuttgart a little bit. Do feel for them. It's tough playing Bayern Munich, though, isn't it? So this will be Bayern Munich's 21st DFB-POKAL German Cups, guys. 21st. 21st German Cup. Unbelievable. They've won it all. They've won it all. Hold on. I can't stand Bayern, to be honest. Arrogant. Composed there, Ibrahimovic seems like a king of modesty. I was at the Champions League final, Tyberg, you know. I was at the Champions League final, yeah, they're a little bit smug. Not as smug as Barcelona, though. I think Barcelona are the worst fans I've ever met. They're the worst. I have a respect for Bayern Munich because of our history between Man United and between Bayern Munich, of course. Every year we go to Munich for the Munich disaster, Munich Memorial. And I meet a lot of Bayern fans, you know. I've met a lot of Bayern fans and been to a lot of Bayern Munich Man United games. And there's that always going to be that respect between us. They're arrogant because they're dominating German football. They have done from the beginning of time, apart from Hamburg, maybe a couple of times. Kevin Keegan with his hair. But other than that, yeah, look, I like them because of their, I like Real Madrid because of the history of Real Madrid and Man United. People don't know the history of Man United and Real Madrid. Some people don't know the history of Celtic and Man United as well, and the history between that as well. So there's certain teams I have, because of my own experiences. Obviously, everyone has different experiences. I was not raised in Germany. And this is exactly what I tell people about Arsenal. They were not raised in London. They do not know how bad Arsenal fans are, right? Especially if you're being raised with them. They're actually rude and arrogant. So, as I said, everyone has their own experiences. I just go by what I've experienced as a young lad growing up, going to the Champions League final in 98, 99. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Mandem, I'm 100% Glinios watch, since they are the ones responsible for the recruitment. Absolutely. I'm really sorry for Carrick if they throw the guy under the bus. One thing I would say about it, Mandem, is that they threw Amram under the bus, so they're definitely going to try and throw Carrick under the bus, you know, and they're going to blame him, you know, and most fans will blame him. Watch it. Mediocre players being brought into the night will only help our opponents. Absolutely. Guys, right now as we stand, we've given Dalot a new contract, we've given Maguire a new contract. We've got no Rashford, no Sancho, no Rasmus, no Casemiro. 4 players have gone out the team. We may have Ederson in there. Are we stronger? Are we weaker? I know we didn't have some of those players last season, but I'm talking about now we're in the Champions League this season, so we may need them. But are we stronger? Are we weaker? We're weaker, right? Because at the end of the day, we're going to lose Casemiro. We're going to replace him with Ederson. Now, the problem I have with it is that I can't for the life of me, see why we would sign Ederson as a backup player when he's 27 years old. I can't see it. They're using him as a replacement. Mandem, I think it depends with people. Live. My neighbors are Bayern fans, and they are the most humble set of fans I've seen. And when compared, yeah, this is exactly what I said, Mandem. It depends who you come across. I said this to Side TV. I said it today. I said that it depends of your life experiences, isn't it? You know, I respect Tyber because he's born in Germany, so he has a compelling, a consistent opinion of Germany, German football, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, whatever, you know, and he has an opinion. Like I have an opinion about Arsenal. I have an opinion about Liverpool because I'm from England, I'm from London. So I would like to think I have a greater opinion about them than the most average Charlies. And Tyberg has probably met loads of Bayern fans in his life, you know. Tyberg's a Frankfurt fan, you know what I mean? So, guys, as well. He's from, you know, so at the end of the day, I can understand them being smug. I mean, they have dominated German football for such a long time. I mean, since I was born. But, you know, you got to be humble. I was too humble back in the day. I think I was too humble. I think I'm humble now. They do respect United, but this won't make me love them. Fair play, Tyberg. Fair play. Here's Elise. Bayern Munich are looking for the 3rd. I wouldn't be surprised if Kane gets a hat-trick. I wouldn't be surprised. That guy is made of goals. Kimmich, Elise, they're just taking it easy now. Bayern Munich, it's going to be an easy. Sal, you really do give your brother a congratulations call on once Tottenham Hotspur stay up. I'll give him I might drop him a text, Greg. I might drop him a cheeky text. I'll probably do that Congratulate him. He's been through enough pain. Imagine Tottenham fans, they have to suffer with Arsenal. My brother hates Arsenal. He texts me just to try and tell me how much he hates Arsenal. He gives me biographies of why he hates Arsenal every now and then. Chance, almost 3. The goalkeeper went the wrong way as well. Elise almost got the 3rd goal there. I feel sorry for Stuttgart because, you know, they had such a good first half. Dalot new contract is a joke. Unbelievable. The consistency of stupid decisions and present is the most effective solution. Exactly. They are insulting our intelligence and deliberately. Yes, they are. But can I tell you something, Thomas? Thomas, they're loving it because some fans lap it up. Some fans defend them still. This is what we're talking about. Some fans still defend them. You know? And this is what I'm talking about. It's unbelievable. What we have to look at, and we have to compare ourselves, and we have to, because would Real Madrid do that? Would Bayern Munich do that? Would the Barcelona do that? You know, they wouldn't, would they? They would get rid of him. Man City get rid of Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne still had a few years left in him. You know, Man City got rid of players that had years left in them. You know, yeah, we're giving Dalot serial failures new contracts. Let's be real, guys. And I want to be real because I'm tired of this. I'm really tired. I'm tired of celebrating 3rd. Tired of jumping up and down and saying what an amazing achievement it was. Tired of that. In 1995, I was in tears when we came 2nd and lost the league by a point. I'm tired of it. Tired of, like, you know, this, oh, yes, Bruno's got the best assist record. Oh. In the 90s, nobody cared about individual records. We didn't care. All we cared about is the trophies. Here comes Elise. Straight at the goal. All we cared about was this, lifting trophies. I already have no value in the market. These owners will disappoint again. Trust me, they'll buy 2 good players, not realizing we need 6 or 7. And what it is, Tybo, what's been going to be the most annoying thing, right, out of everything, is that some fans will try and defend them. It's a handball, definitely, there for Stuttgart. I think that's a handball. It's got to be a handball. Yeah, that's a handball. It's going to be a penalty for Bayern. That goes to VAR. That's a penalty. It's Stiller as well. Angelo Stiller. I don't think he's not going to give it. Fair play. They're not. I mean, he has given a penalty. It is a penalty, and I told you, Harry Kane is going to get his hat trick, guys. I told you guys, Harry Kane is going to get his hat trick. Here we go. Harry Kane on the spot, practicing for the World Cup. Come on, mate. Do it for England. Come on. He's going to hit it in the back of the net. Come on. And he does. He doesn't miss, does he? 3-0 to Bayern Munich. It's harsh on Stuttgart, guys. Really harsh. I think it's really harsh on Stuttgart, this scoreline. Mandem. People don't get the severity of a situation if we don't sign quality players with 4 competitions to play for. We're lucky to finish the top 5. Guys, you know what, Mandem? We were lucky that this league this season was so rubbish. And that's what I said. I'll clarify. This league has been rubbish. We've been lucky that this league has been so crap this season. You know? And that's what I would say about that. We should be lucky that the league was so crap this season. Otherwise, we'd be getting nowhere near. You know? Finishing top 4, calling it a trophy, sounds like Wenger's Arsenal, not Man United. It's 2015 Wenger, yeah. And back then, like when they were selling, even when we were winning league titles in 13 and stuff, like 2013 and before that, we were laughing at them. We were bantering them. Oh, top 4, good trophy, mate. That's what we were doing. We were laughing at them and joking around with them, bantering them. You know? Hat trick for Harry Kane, though. Legend. Absolute legend, man. He's already a Bayern legend. He's already a Bayern legend. A hat trick for a Harry Kane, guys. Absolute legend. Superb player. You've got to feel for Stuttgart. Stuttgart don't have anywhere near the money that Bayern have. Stuttgart don't have anywhere near the pool that Bayern have. I don't want to just be in the Champions League and domestic cups for appearances. I just want challenge. Yeah. And this is exactly what I mean, United Mandem. It's not just being there. It's about competing. It's about competing. It's about, trying to win it. Because that's what old Man United play. We don't want to just be there to make up numbers. We're not Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? We got to go out there and try and win it. I agree, 100%. My neighbour's a Bayern fan is screaming like mad since the game started, shooting at him with a gun, but I won't stop. I'm sorry, Tyberg. I'm sorry, mate. Don't forget, I lived next to an Arsenal fan for 10 years, so you got that one. You know what I mean? My brother's a Liverpool fan. You got that one as well. There you go. I've suffered. Harry Kane had to leave Spurs to win trophies. He stayed there too long, though, didn't he? Way too long, in my opinion. Should have left a long time ago. Well done, Elise. Elise's coming off. Substitutions for Bayern Munich. Another trophy in the bag for Bayern. Yeah, you got Pavlovic is coming. You've got to give them their dues, though. Their congratulations. They're serial winners, isn't it? Just serial winners. The problem is with the Bundesliga, they sweep up all the talent, don't they? Obviously, Stiller won't be happy. Angelo Stiller, because Angelo Stiller started at Bayern, by the way. He was in a youth team at Bayern. He started at Bayern. Mandem. Big up 40,000, 1,000 channels. Grant. Thank you, Mandem. You legend. Thank you, mate. We're nowhere near where we want to be. Of course, I want to get to 15 first, and then we go on to 20. Ultimately, we're not going to stop this great community. All being well, God willing, we'll get up to 100,000 eventually. I want that plaque here. I want that plaque. I got Maradona at the moment. I want the plaque, guys. I want it, and that will be dedicated to the whole community. That will be for the whole community. I would actually get the plaque signed by the Man United team, and I do a competition to get, for charity. Do you know what I mean? Steve Holland has been with them twice, and Carlo clearly highly rated. Hasn't been since, though, has he? For years. Nobody wants him. Why ain't he with Jose Mourinho now? Why ain't he with Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid? Why? Because he's a fixer. He just steadies things. He's a steady manager, assistant manager. He doesn't go over the top. Zayed, you want to be argumentative with me? I know all about Steve Holland. I've heard things from about Steve Holland. I'm in the know with Steve Holland, right? Steve Holland is a bottler as an assistant coach. He was exposed at England. They exposed him. Italy made him look stupid. Mancini made him look stupid. All right, with an aging team that were on their knees. That was assistant manager right there. So don't give me that rubbish. Outplayed against France in the World Cup. Outplayed against Spain in the World Cup. Went defensive again with a generational player. Let's not go there. Steve Holland is a dud. A dinosaur. And it's people like you, Zayed, who are lowering the levels of Man United. You want to criticize Ruben Amorim and his staff and that. Ruben Amorim actually won things, right, as a manager, right, and his coaches. Look, Steve Holland is a dud. Nobody wants him right now. Why not? Why not? Answer that question. Why ain't he in there? All those trophy years in the 90s. Yeah, he left England because he made them shit. That's why. And I'm an England fan. I like England. I'm from England. 90s, 2000s, we never finished anywhere below second place. Now our fans celebrate third place. We've got people like Zayed celebrating Steve Holland, mate. Congratulations to Bayern Munich. They've won the German Cup, guys, by 3-0. Congratulations to Bayern Munich. 21st time they've won it, guys. It's the 21st time they've won it. That's it, guys. And I would say absolutely. 3-0 in the final, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Chelsea fans are very angry at Holland, and that's you've got to stop arguing with me, Zayed, because I'm going to drop the mic. I've done it many times. Chelsea fans are not angry. I know hundreds of Chelsea fans. Who do you know? Rajesh from somewhere else? No, mate. I know hundreds of Chelsea fans. They don't rate Steve Holland at all, Zayed. If you're going to carry on arguing and with the dead ball knowledge, you know what I mean? You're just gonna harm the community. So I'm not going to let you argue, mate. Sorry, mate. And Mark is right. And everyone who speaks who's got 2 million followers who know more than you are right. Yes, Sal, respect on 41,000. And I wasn't here to witness that. Congrats on the way. Thank you so much, Marcus. Appreciate you. See, I like comments like this. You're a legend, mate. Frank won 5-1 against Bayern a couple of years ago. He went working, and I have hanged a Frankfurt flag on the house. Big up, Frankfurt. Big up, my friend. Gregory, Sal, what is the most difficult accent to understand in England? None for me, because I'm relatively, I'm from England, so it's none is hard for me. Scotland, that's British though, but Scotland, the hardest. The strong Glaswegian accent is quite tough to understand. I understand all accents in England. I don't have a problem. If I was to say for a foreigner or someone who's coming to the country, I would say that probably Liverpool for if it's England. Do you know, Mandem. By the way, there has been team in the Premier League to win without any penalties or red cards awarded against them. Not even Banter, but to be honest, mate, we all know. If we speak, we will be in trouble. We speak. Then he hung a Bayern flag on my front door after I left the Croatia. The thing was, there was two. It sounds like a war there going on, Type. It sounds like a war going on there. Absolutely. Looks like Bayern were toying with in the second half. Definitely, the quality shone, guys. Quality shone. Steve Holland is a mistake. Not good enough. Tactically inept. People don't understand this. What I've heard from various people who worked with him firsthand, just to let Zayed know. Tactically inept, doesn't have a plan B. Is a counter-attacking manager. Pragmatic football. Boring. Stuck in the 90s. Nobody wants him anymore. Spoken to big Chelsea fans, little Chelsea fans, big England fans, little England fans. Nobody rates him. They said he's overrated. It's a puppet. Thank you. Dabby's ass. Big up, my friend. Geordie. It's easy to understand the Geordie accent. I find it easy. I like the Geordie accent, actually. I think it's a nice accent. Yeah, it's one of England's best accents, I think. Yeah, I think it's one of England's best. There's Emmanuel Neuer, you know. Are they still getting the Bayern Munich assistant to help with our attacking setup? Probably. Why do you think Man United were earmarked on getting the Bayern Munich assistant? Why do you think that was? They know deep down that Steve Holland's not the right man. Trust me. Trust me. Let me predict this for you. Steve Holland won't last next year. He'll be gone. Just like he's gone and sacked everywhere else. You know, and that's it. You know, and that's it. You know, that's it. You know, sorry to school Zaya today. We had to drop the mic on him. He's trying to downplay things at the end of the day. But I'm not here to argue. He's a dud coach. He flopped at England, and that's it. Kill me, guys. I have a huge fear about Carrick. Somehow I can't forget the beginning and the end of Ole. Hope I will be proven wrong. And you'll be right, mate. You'll be right. Greg, I find the West Country more difficult to understand. It's all right. It's difficult, you know. What a load of bollocks about Chelsea fans made about Holland. Where did they get it? I mean, they're making up a load of stories about content creators are just up Holland's arse because they're trying to get clicks and likes. Basically, that's it. I don't entertain bullshit, mate. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. Yeah, I don't bother with it because I know the game. I know what he did for England. I know what Ancelotti truly thinks of him, and I know what real people who worked with him think of him. I don't care what any stupid content creator said about Steve Holland. I really don't. Because I know people worked with him. It's as simple as that, right? So what's my opinion opposed to theirs? You know, there you go. People say he's got one style of football. He's a counter-attacking manager. He's pragmatic. He's a defensive manager. He doesn't know how to go attacking. He bottles finals. People are annoyed at his tactics for the England final when we played against Italy in the Euros. Remember that? And yeah, all that nonsense. Yeah, be pragmatic. Bayern Munich are going to lift the trophy, guys. They're going to lift the trophy. Bayern. Another trophy. How many times done? It's all about that, guys. It's all about that. It's all about that. You know? You know, absolutely. There we go. There we go. There we go. Absolutely. Zaid, nobody's nitpicking at Carrick. Nobody. I said at the beginning of the time when you came in the channel that we're going to back Carrick all the way, right? But can we critique Carrick? Of course we can. Of course we can. The football's been awful, mate. We're third. That's not good enough for Man United. I don't care about Amorim. I don't care. I have no affiliation to any manager, anyone. Win the bloody league and then shut me up. That's all I care about. Zaid, if he wins the league next season, I will give you £1,000, all right? And then you can shut me up. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care about bloody Michael Carrick and this and that. Oh, man, living up his backside and this. Let's see what he does next season, mate. Let's see what the Ball do next season. Think about the Ball. Stop talking about, oh, this and that and this and that. Knocking one out to posters on your wall. Stop it. That's not good for Man United. Right? You're getting too giddy. You're getting too excited, my good man. You're getting too excited about it. Right? You go, oh, no. Everyone has a right to critique a footballer or a manager if they want to critique it, because there is things to critique. There is things to critique. Nothing is perfect right now. Right? We need to just stop it. All right? One more. Mate. All right? Stephen, please don't spam the channel. If United get Edison, we'll still get Anderson. I wouldn't put my mortgage on it, Stephen. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put my mortgage on it this season. You know, I wouldn't at the end of the day. You know. Zaid, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won 8 games in a row. These players down tall. He got the most out of the squad. Really? So did Amorim with 3 points on 4th. So you're not going to take that. Got rid of the toxic nature as well. He had to put up with the AFCON. Carrick didn't have to put up with the AFCON, did he? You know what I mean? There you go. And he had 11. He had 2 defeats in 11. Carrick has 3. No more. I don't want to hear a thing about it, Zaid. Please, please stop spamming it, because I know more about football than you, Zaid. I'm sorry, but I do. I've been in football 40 years, and I don't need to argue with you. I don't. And if you have your point, fair play. Keep it to yourself. Do what you will with the knocking out on the posters and stuff. It's up to you, mate. I'm not interested. Good luck to you, my good man. Look, I'm not gonna. Look, your opinion. Keep it. Keep it. That's it. It's your opinion. Go with it. I support Michael Carrick. The community support Michael Carrick. I don't rate Steve Holland. I know people have worked with Steve Holland. I know people have worked with Amorim's crew as well. I've had interviews with people who have worked with Amorim's coaches, all right, on the channel. Look it up. You know, so I don't want to be hearing about it, okay? All right? You know what I mean? Don't want to hear about it. Mbumo, Cunha, Lamans are Amorim signings. No question about it. We will back Carrick and United, just as we did with the past couple of decades. Constructive criticism is because of our love for the club, including Carrick. Exactly. And over zealousness, over excitement, gaslighting is harmful for the football club. Right? Just like negativity. You want to talk about negativity and pessimism and all that. So is overly zealousness. So is overly being excited, because you're celebrating mediocrity. Let me tell you right now, Zaid's lucky to support my football club at this rate. He's lucky to support my football club. Right? 40 years, hundreds of games I've been to. Right? I should be the one who've been, you know, screaming to the rooftop for what I've seen in my life. But one thing I know, Alex Ferguson wouldn't appoint Steve Holland. Alex Ferguson didn't appoint Steve Holland. He wouldn't. He appointed tactical masters. Gaslighting is a terrible thing. It's horrible, mate. There's people just gaslighting. This Zaid is gaslighting. Look, he just keeps going on. Zaid, one more, you're blocked, bruv. Sorry. One more, you're blocked, mate. You're just ruining the show, mate. You're ruining the show, mate. Zaid, you're ruining the show. Sorry, mate. This is a good community we got going here. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. All right? Sorry, mate. That's the last comment. All right? All right? You're not going to argue with me anymore, because I know more than you, mate. And you're just trying to twist things about it. But, you know, Mark knows more than you. I know more than you. You know, sorry, but that's a fact, guys. Potatoes or potato. That's it. Absolutely. Congratulations to Bayern Munich, guys. More importantly than Zaid, Bayern Munich have won the German Cup, guys. Congratulations to them for the 21st time. They are the champions, guys. Congratulations to them. Absolutely. Now, the bottom line is to everyone in the stream, we celebrate Michael Carrick. We back Michael Carrick to the bone, right? And we go all the way with Michael Carrick. He's our manager. He's our guy at the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day. Zaid, the only dictator here is you. You're the only one to keep talking. I'm talking about Bayern Munich. You keep going on, mate. You know what I mean? You're the dictator, man. You're trying to change my opinion. I'm not trying to change yours. I've just told you, take your opinion. Good for you. Have it. Enjoy it. Good for you. I've just said that to you, but you're going on. You're the one dictating me. You're trying to change my opinion and the community's opinion. You know, that's what you're doing. You know, there's many people who wouldn't even give you the time of day, mate. Now, I'm here talking to you, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. So please, you know, can we talk about something else? Because you can take your opinion, and we've already said we're going to support Carrick. What else do you want us to do? Leave up the backside. Come on, man. Tyberg. Zayed, just leave it, mate. We all love Carrick and United. Peace, brother. Yeah, exactly. I hope Carrick transfers his CDM skills to our future player in that position. Absolutely, Thomas. Absolutely. Brilliant. Yeah, look, Carrick ultimately needs to be backed. That's what needs to happen. And we have spoken all show about the backing that Carrick requires to be successful. Right? Now, so far, it's not started out as good as we want it to start out. You know, it's not as good as we want it to be. The backing with Edison, it's not the most exciting transfer in the world, right? Just like Edison's a cheap option, so is Steve Holland and people like that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know? And nobody has an agenda on Michael Carrick in this channel. Let me tell you that right now. Nobody. We will be supporting Michael Carrick more than these guys supported Amber and more than these guys supported Eric Ten Hag. We've been supporting managers from the beginning. Every manager that's come into this football club, Stretford Post has supported the manager right until the end. From the beginning all the way to end. No one needs to tell me that, and I'll do that every second. And you won't hear a peep from me say calling him a bald fraud or calling him a fraud. Never going to hear that from me, because we will support on this channel. We will support the manager. We will back the manager. He's our manager. Critique is part of football. That's life. Critique is part of football. Otherwise, life would be pretty boring. If you can't critique, if you can't criticize, you don't improve. It's as simple as that, because you think you're perfect. Nobody's perfect. Gregory, my local club is television stinking up the field, down 2-0. If there were relegation here, the local club would have barely stayed up. My local club on television. What's your local club's name? Can you share a personal memory that the club preferred you? Loads, mate. Hundreds. Champions League final. Going there on a coach to Barcelona from London. Watching the final in the new camp. I've actually got an article on a website about my experience of the Champions League. And ran on the pitch when Solskjaer scored. Almost got escorted at the stadium by the police. Didn't have a hotel, so basically went clubbing, then slept on the beach afterwards. And then the next morning went straight back to London. Great times, man. Yeah. That's just a small example of what I've done, you know. And they give me so many great memories. But obviously now we have an influx of fans that have come in that don't really understand the football club. They don't understand it. No, you know, there's so many. It's like trying to squeeze water from a stone in their brain. You know what I mean? It's very difficult. You know what I mean? I would say. Yeah. So an easy win for Bayern Munich today, guys. A very easy win, guys. And an easy win. You know, guys. Let me just say something. If you lose an argument, right? People think that just because they disagree with you, yeah, you're a dictator, you're this and that. This community is one of the best communities. We always debate in the morning. We have 1,000 people, 2,000 people all together in a day who interact with this channel very well. There's a few people who argue, even when they're told to on their bike, take your opinion, fair play, they still argue, and that's the problem with some people, right? And then when you school them, drop the mic on them, you're a dictator, you're an arsehole, you're this, you're that. You know what I mean? And I've seen it 100,000 times. It's from the mouths of losers at the end of the day, you know. And guys, we have a great community here, and I'm so proud to reach 14,100. I've only been around a year on live content. Onwards and upwards towards 15,000, guys. Absolutely. Onwards and upwards. It's all about the future, guys, and that's what it's about, and that's how we do it. I don't understand how can football league function without relegation. It's just pointless a bit. Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, it's pointless. Yeah, because that is elite powerism, isn't it? That's like the powers stay at there and no one else gets an opportunity to come up. I think that's wrong. I agree. I think that's wrong. Nobody else gets an opportunity to get promoted. I mean, that's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? There should be relegation and promotion, isn't it? You know, definitely. Guys, thank you, everyone. Bayern Munich have won the DFB-POKAL final today by 3-0. Harry Kane with a hat-trick. Their 21st trophy, Pokal trophy in their history. Unbelievable again. Guys, thank you, guys. Sal, do you have a favorite United shirt? I do. This one. This one and the 1999 one. Although I never bought the red one. I never bought the red 1999 one. I got the white one with the big badge. You know. Congrats, whole city, by the way. Absolutely, Tybo. Congrats. Well deserved. Well deserved. It would have been unfair for Middlesbrough to go up after what happened and stuff like that, innit? You know, but congratulations to whole city. Absolutely, all day long. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them in the Premier League. Definitely, it's going to be tough for them. But guys, thank you, everyone. The majority of you, absolute legends. Thank you, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Listen, guys, we're an open community. We have debates, right? But what I would say about this community and what I would say about anything is that we have our limits, right? If you're going to come on the channel and you want to be an irritant, guys, it doesn't work because we've got a great community. I like to see this community as like a family. I really do. I think it is a family. We've got great people here. People I'm so happy to know now. I'm so proud to know these people. Do you know what I mean? And all around the world, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. And it is match day, of course, guys. Don't forget that. I may be uploading the match preview as well, guys. Have a great evening. Glory, glory, Man United. See you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. Peace.